You got
Let's put that dog in
some.
him.
Also, not gonna lie, Kendrick may have dropped something while I'm at work, and I'm also listening to that in the back.
Got the dog in him. I'm literally a dog. Got the dog in me. Got the dog in him. Oh, but I make a name for myself. Bow wow.
Yeah. She's been pretty sick. She's been doing like kick flips and things. It's been a tough
Yeah,
week.
she's been pretty sick. She's been like going kick flicks, skating, and all that.
Grinding the rail.
Yeah.
Damn. Kyrie, you gotta stop, man. You can't go any more sicker than this.
Kyrie, if you do any more, you're gonna steal Tony Hawk's thunder. He doesn't have much left.
Oh shit! Yeah, he's fine.
Right.
Yeah, he made it. He's cemented in history.
Yeah, that'll cement him in history. Oh, apparently
Oh,
you're muted.
I was muted. There we go.
Oh well.
Oh, well, we muted.
No, you guys would have. You guys would have been fine.
Well,
It was
Bow wow,
because
bow wow.
last time was Chipmunk. Remember?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. So I had to mute my normal stuff to have the Chipmunk voice come through. But hey, guys, I'm a little bit better. I'm still
That's good to
messed
hear.
up, but we got games to play today. We got games.
Games.
Playing games.
Games.
Yeah, we got more games in the PS5 Pro.
All right.
For half the price.
We're half the
We're
price.
paying people to be here?
We're $300. Are we getting paid for this? $300.
Well, it's
I haven't gotten
Hey
any.
guys, guess
Absolutely
what?
not. You're
It's
doing this for
September.
It is September.
2, 3, 4. Okay, first 5 of us here. 300
I'll
divided
call
by
you
5.
this weekend, Mama AI. I've had COVID for 2 weeks, so I've been out of it. So I'll call you this weekend.
So $60 each of us.
For what? I ain't paying you for shit.
That's it. I'm out.
All right, goodbye.
Good
You
night,
guys not
everybody.
paying for this collab? I paid for this collab. What are you talking?
No, you didn't.
You guys get paid?
I'm the only one who has put money into this, you little shitheads. I'm the one who bought the book online so people could use it. I'm the one who pays for the subscription for you guys to use. I'm the one who does all of that shit. I'm the only one who's put money into this. Yeah, they all shut up real quick, huh? They all shut up really damn quick.
I'm having shoulder
I would
issues
still like
right now.
$5.
No.
Oh.
You had your chance to win $5 from me and you blew it.
Yeah, but
Damn.
I'm cashing in.
No, it's
Catching
too
it.
late. You got your IDV games instead.
I'm running down the ramp with a big briefcase.
Well. Hold on now. So, do you actually want some money there? I can oblige.
I don't
Uh-oh.
trust it anymore.
It'll come across though.
I don't want money.
Shad is no longer interested. Shaddy's no longer interested.
What
Folding,
a
folding,
pity. Let's see what else I can ruin for Lupin today. I've already ruined bunny girls.
I've already lupined.
I've already looped
I mean, if you want to lupin a bunny girl, that's
Oh,
fine.
no, I'm good actually. That's fine.
All right, so last time we left off, you guys had some time shenanigans happen to you. Not really knowing what exactly happened, you went back an hour in time and got to watch as yourselves relived the adventures in front of the Hall of Illusions. And after determining you were stuck in some kind of time paradox, you decided to live a little and enjoy the staffing area's costumes to your delight and then head into Pixie Kingdom. You guys went as several different outfits and went to enjoy what Pixie Kingdom would house as their adult night. They had drinking, they had games, they had all sorts of fun. Carve became the drinking Chad for the night,
Yay!
downing
I'm an alcoholic.
all of the cotton candy liqueur he possibly could.
Yay! I'm a candy colic.
Yeah. I don't remember who won the hide and seek. Someone did.
I think it was Funk.
Or
No,
Fun?
was it Funk?
Did
Yeah,
some-
I think it was me. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The pixie dust. You got your pixie dust for your winnings. And yeah, you guys had fun. And at the end of being able to play the hide and go seek with everybody, you ended up getting to explore, meeting a couple different characters along the way. But the time paradox kind of shifted, and eventually you guys righted to your natural place right in front of the Big Top. And the Big Top Extravaganza is about to start.
Ooh,
So,
oh, nice.
let's see.
I don't remember if we asked, but what are we wearing?
You are back in your normal clothes. It's like you were never in those outfits to begin with.
We lost your wings.
Yep, you lost your
And
fancy
things.
wings.
I'm back to being shirtless.
But you still have the items you won.
We still got your
So
drink chat.
you still have your Drake
Cupcake
Shad shirt. You still
Cake
have the
chat.
pixie dust you won from the hide and seek competition. So you still have everything that you won. You have the memories that you've won. But you don't exactly have the items that you were wearing during the time skip. Does that make sense?
Psychological damage
The
from
time
last
skip?
session.
Is this movie with 10 years in the future now after the time
No,
skip?
it's just an hour. Just an hour. Not bad.
Can I heal all my psychological damage or?
Yeah. Once again, at the beginning or at the end of every game, you can heal your psychological damage.
Yeah, you can only heal it in game though, not in real life.
Sure. That stuck with me forever.
Yeah, that costs money
All
to
right.
heal up.
As you hear a bunch of spectators going off, everybody's hustling to the Big Top Extravaganza. There is lines upon lines of people shuffling in. There is vendors going around with trays full of popcorn and cotton candy and caramel apples and a bunch of different spritzy drinks, and everybody's filing in, taking seats. Some of the taller contestants are at the back standing near the sides of the Big Top. You guys can easily stand in the back if you wish, or you can find a seat wherever you would like. There's a big open ring in the middle. It looks like there is a bunch of giant pillars that are erected for trapeze acts for later on. It seems like there's a big door towards the back, which you assume leads to the staffing area. Where you can see there's a little bit of hustle and bustle going on back there as they do their finer preparations for the show.
Contract Dealer D is going wherever Contract Dealer D is going to get like to a higher position in the audience, and he's going to look around, keep an eye out for any kinku.
For right now, I would say, are you making it apparent that you're doing this, or are you just kind of being sneaky about it?
He's not really being sneaky about it. Like he's not really looking for anybody, but he like overtly.
Then
But he's also not
me-
trying to remain hidden.
Everybody give me a group investigation check.
Oh
all right.
boy.
Oh, boy.
What do we need to roll for this?
You're going to
Just
get
ever-
investigation. Everybody rolls, and we'll see what the medium is.
Oh boy, 12.
14.
16.
I got 12.
Okay.
Putting team on my back here.
I would say, as of right now, the only real hustle and bustle you see that kind of like throws you guys off is Thaco's going from the actual backstage hands up to what looks to be like a private box. and then back down again. He's doing this a couple of times. It looks like he's double checking things in the box, making sure it's ready. He's going back to the staffing area. He's talking with a few people, talks to Burley in particular, and then he goes back to the staffing area. And when he returns the last time, he kind of stands just outside the staffing area. So you kind of see him at the back. But it looks like there's a couple of seats in there.
Mm-hmm.
No
Okay.
sign of bird, though, huh?
Nope, no sign of Burge.
No bird around here. There's a bunch of clowns. And people.
Mhm.
And the clowns are next to me.
They.
The clowns are you guys.
Wait a minute.
Well, I
Wait a
could
minute.
put on a performance if you so wish.
I'm not a clown, I'm a dragon.
The lights dim and a hush falls over the crowd. A second later, a spotlight illuminates a lithe elven figure sitting in a silver hoop, suspended above the center ring by silken ropes. The elf wears a dazzling suit of diamond-paned mirrors and a pair of butterfly wings. His scepter is topped with a spinning vane. Welcome, one and all, to this evening's extravaganza. I am Mr. Light. Prepare to be delighted. And I will pull him up so that chat can see what they are looking at. But you see Mr. Light just casually floating in the middle of the screen. He's not really doing too much, but he's preparing to put on a show for you guys. Yeah. Let's see if I can throw this up for you guys. That is Mr. Light for you guys. Red's Lights, he doesn't look like the dark elf he's supposed to be portrayed as. He's very fantastical in what he does. His scepter, though looking much like a butterfly, the butterfly wings are spinning here and there. Anybody wants to give me an investigation check? It's going to be difficult, but if you want to take it, you are welcome to.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, let's do it again.
Might as well.
I love gambling.
Holy shit,
Oh
nat
my
20!
God.
Nice shot. Beautiful.
19. I guess.
Good job.
14.
So I know Shannon Carve did. Anybody else roll above an 18?
I got 19. I just scraped by.
Okay. What about you, Rafunk?
I got 14.
Okay. So only you three would notice. The weather vane has a pattern to it. It's pointing to one angle of the big top, then another angle of the big top, and then it kind of points towards you guys. And then it points towards another person, and then another person, and then back to you guys, and then another person, and another person, and back to you guys. And it's spinning in this pattern where it's pointing out 3 different sections of the big top over and over again. So it has, like, it's constantly spinning, but it's stopping at certain intervals at the same spot.
So, aside from the one time it stops pointing towards us, is there anything special about the times when it stops in the other 2 directions?
You can see there's crowds of people in those directions. Most of them kind of look like they're other groups itself, but they're smiling and happy, and they're very like flamboyantly and jovial in their celebration. They just seem very, very excited about what's going on.
Yeah, I'm also realizing I need a second piece of paper for notes at this point. This one's full.
So yeah, the 2 other groups, one seems to be centered around a little halfling girl. She keeps handing out flowers to people, little braids, keeps putting flowers in dwarfen beards and stuff like that. Every time she sees a flower, she's picking it up and placing it in someone else's hand. The second person is just a jovial dwarf that it kind of seems to be centered around. He's drinking a lot, but he seems to be telling jokes and stories, and he seems to be putting everybody at ease around him.
I don't like that guy.
Wow.
But as the lights dim, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light make their way towards the center stage. They bow deeply to everyone and say, welcome to the Witchlight Carnival. We welcome you to our last Big Top Extravaganza before the crowning of the Witchlight Monarch. And everybody, there's a huge roar, a huge cheer. And they wait till the cheers die down again, and they're like, we hope to see you there as well, if you can survive the night, that is. And everybody lets off a little giggle and a laugh, and people are shouting, of course, and people are giving cheers, and they're like, we will now present the first of the few tasks. And Burley actually comes out. And as Burley starts to perform big feats of strength, he asks other people to start coming up and to start doing strength with him. He's pulling up like little kids or some elderly people, and he's helping them do strength feats and things. And you guys notice that Mr. Witch and Mr. Light actually go up to the private booth that is set up at the top of the Big Top, where Thaco was watching.
Still owe that bastard a beating at some point, but anyway.
D goes over to Scolorado and goes, why don't you go down there and show them how strong you are? You're quite bulky. It could work,
D, I feel like you're stereotyping me. I know. I have this strength in me, but I also have strength in here.
Well,
Pointing towards my heart,
Well, he just he just pointed towards his crotch.
D pats Scolorado on the shoulder and goes, well, of course, but we can't see the strength in there. So why don't you go and make a big show of your internal strength?
Fine then. I'll go in there. I'll show everyone the eternal strength I have.
Good man.
So are you going down to approach Burley to join in the strength competition?
I'm not going to challenge him to a strength competition. I'm going to challenge him to a singing competition.
So, if you go down, there's like clowns that are like kind of around the thing. When you kind of mention that you want to challenge Burley to a singing, they kind of wave you off and like point you back to your seat. One kind of leans over and says, well, there will be a singing competition here in just a little bit.
Fine then. Me.
And so the strength competition, they go about, they keep doing it. Burley is showing off little tiny rocks that kids are having struggles lifting, and he's showing them how to lift it appropriately. He then goes to like big pumpkins, and he's helping the elderly try and pick it up. And then he goes over to some giant weighted dumbbells, and he has some other contestants come out, and he starts lifting people, and he slowly starts, he gets a bench, and people start sitting on it, and he's lifting the bench full of people up. He's got a big boulder that's rolled out. He's picking that up and then crushing it with his hands. So he's showing off major feats of strength. Everybody's oohing and awing over Burley. And you realize this man could probably kill you if you really wanted to earlier. Like, this man is very, very strong. And you guys have heard of bugbear strength before, but never seen it in this capacity. And so you're like, maybe that's a little scary.
Man, this guy would have torn you apart.
Yep. But as he kind of comes and goes, he settles down. Everybody claps. Woo, Burley, woo! He dons his pumpkin mask back on again, and he actually goes to the booth, and he taps out with Mr. Light again, who instantly poofs back into the center of the stage. He's like, well, wasn't that lovely, everybody? And you hear the cheers for Burley start back up again.
Burley.
And then a little caravan led by a couple horses is brought out. And what looks to be like a very built up pool is there. The pool has seashells everywhere. It's covered in head to toe seashells. And she seems a little sad, but there is a beautiful mermaid there. Just gorgeous blue scales, head to toe. She's draped in the finest of silks. She is soaking in the little water that's in the tub as she lounges across these giant clamshells. And she starts to sing in this very beautiful, beautiful voice. And I'm going to need you guys to give me charisma saving throws.
Oh shit! Oh,
shit.
no!
Oh shit! Oh no! Oh
Alright,
god! Oh no! Oh god!
That is my worst stat. Awesome.
Okay,
Giggity.
charisma saving throw and
charisma saving.
15.
Okay,
I'm
that's
rolling
enough.
so low.
Oh, I have a 16.
I got 7.
Oh,
Someone's
I got-
getting.
I got an 8.
You got an 8. I
Good
want
charisma. What the hell?
Carve. What did you roll?
Let me see. Hold on. Let me check again. It was a 16.
I'm gonna use 2 of my dreads. I want Shad and Carve to reroll.
Ah,
Oh,
god damn it!
God.
Oh, you want us to get him? Alright, fine.
Oh,
Charisma
you
saving throw
want us-
2. Fucking 7.
Okay, thank you.
And a 10.
Okay, thank you. All of you have now fallen under the mermaid spell. You are now going to be charmed for the next 10 minutes.
Whoa,
any-
mama. Hold on.
What do you want
Slam's
to
head with frying pan. Awooga.
For the next 10 minutes, you're going to be more easily swayed by whatever Palasha asks you to do. You will be, if you have to roll anything against Palasha, it'll be at disadvantage. Okay? Very, very simple. Very easy. Palasha starts singing, and you realize as you look around, most of the audience is actually enthralled by Palasha. Her voice is beautiful. She serenades everybody. It's literally what you would feel is like the touch of an angel is with her voice. She's very soft. She's very melodious. When she hits a high note, it sounds more like the ringing of a bell than anything else. And she starts to tell a tale with her songs. She talks about a little girl, and when she starts talking about a little girl, a random child from the audience actually walks out onto the stage, and she starts dancing in a circle. And then she talks about the little knight who was sworn to protect her, and a little boy stands up and walks on stage. And he bows down, and you see like little staffers come up, and they hand over like a little toy sword. They put on a little crown for him and for the girl, and they start dancing back and forth. And they talk about how the little girl loved the night with their toy soldiers. And they start describing the toy soldiers. And she says, one of bone, made from those from the care you love. And now, Carve, you are going to be forced to stand up unless you roll against it.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. What do I roll?
What do you want to roll to resist? It's going to be a strength contest. So roll your strength.
All right, my strength. Saving throw. What the? 11.
Okay, you are going to fail. You are going
That
to
is not a winning 11.
You are going to forcibly walk onto the stage, and you're
Oh,
going to start
God.
doing, you're going to start showing off your muscles. You're going to be a muscle man. You're going to
No.
start doing random poses the entire time.
My stereotypes are growing.
So you're going to be posing the entire time.
I'm more than this. I'm an artist.
Wow, look at those muscles flex, guys.
Then the mermaid starts singing about a toy of glass. And Rafunk, you are going to stand.
What's that? I wonder what she means by that.
You are going to stand unless you want to contest it.
I guess I'll contest. Yeah, sure.
Strength saving throw, please. At disadvantage.
Ooh, I'm gonna disadvantage, huh? 12.
You are going to stand and you're going to be forcibly walking to the middle of the ring. You'll stand beside Carve, and instead of flexing and posing like he is, you will kneel to the small princess like you were a knight as well. And you will stay there for the rest of the song. She then starts to spin a tale about a toy of wood. And Lupin, you will be forced to stand.
You know exactly what I'm doing already.
Are you
And
resisting?
that's a disadvantage, right?
Yep, it is.
That could have been really good if it wasn't a disadvantage.
Yep.
Nat 20 and a 5.
Uh-huh.
So-
You are
Nine
forcibly
total.
walked over to the stage, and you are going to be T-posing the entire time.
No, I'm fine with this.
You were just T-posing beside Raffian the entire time. You're just going to sit there
he's just
T-posing
sliding
looking
too.
at the crowd.
He's
You're
not
like a
stepping, like he just
grrr.
slides over. And
Like a concrete slab being moved.
And then she talks of a toy of metal that can burn the brightest above all. And then you feel the pull, Shad, to walk onto the stage.
You know what? D is going to go along with it to the point where he's also going to start using some control flame to make make it look really pretty and
When
such.
this happens, the magic seems to ease around you and it lets you build this character how you will. You start pouting off flames and steam, and you're going through this elaborate showing, and the magic seems to release a little bit to let you be able to flaunt your powers, to be able to exercise them, to bring this character to life. And while you do this, everybody seems to be enthralled by you. Everybody's oohing and awing. They can't believe this tiefling is the toy of metal that's going to protect everybody. And then all of a sudden, she starts talking about the evil that the princess and the little prince fear, and how these toys were going to step up to them. And out from the crowd, everybody's looking around. All four of you give me an investigation check at disadvantage.
Oh boy.
Except Shad.
Alright.
Shad, you're at advantage because the magic has loosened around you because you.
Oh hell yeah! Investigate. Woohoo! A
Alright,
14.
What do I roll?
You're gonna do investigation, but it's gonna be at disadvantage for you guys because you didn't play your
Got a
rolls.
9.
I got
11.
12.
Okay. Shad, you're gonna be the only one to actually see this. When she starts talking about a villain, she doesn't quite explain. She talks about green with wings. She talks about a demon of the highest caliber. She talks about a fear that only the Fae can truly comprehend. And as you're looking around, flaunting your powers, you see Thaco coming to the arena. He is the one that's enthralled this time, and whatever you're going up against, Thaco is going to be the one that you're up against. And so you kind of prepare, and you're already looking at him, and you're kind of puffing smoke out at him. You're throwing fire into the air to kind of dissuade him, and you see him like hesitating in his steps as he tries to go, so you know he's kind of fighting it. Everybody else, you're kind of oblivious. You're enthralled in the story, but you're trying to fight these magics. You don't want to be kneeling or T-posing or showing off your muscles. You don't want to be in this position. You don't like the feeling of the magic engulfing you.
Question.
No, I'm so cautious.
Yeah, what's the question?
Despite, because I'm fighting it, I don't at all realize this is Thaco coming down.
No.
Right? Okay. I'm
No.
still fighting then.
Once she starts describing it, she gives it a name. The Jabberwocky. The Jabberwock knows no limits, and then Thaco steps onto the stage. His green attire starts to plummet out, and it starts to feel more unsettling now that he's out on the field. He's there. He kind of seems more of an enemy now. And the green just stands out. The purples are vivid. The yellows are flashes of his eyes as Palash is singing and describing this epic tale. And I want you guys all to roll for initiative.
Ah, shit, here we go! First fight of combat. Oh boy.
I was gonna say,
Uh,
so at no point, even during all of that, did I acknowledge it was Thaco.
No, you were
Because
only
remember, I've
acknowledging
wanted to
it
beat his
now.
ass since earlier.
You were
Like-
only acknowledging it. So you three are going to be at disadvantage for your rolls to start. Your very first turn, you're going to be at disadvantage, okay? But then everything else, you'll be fine with. Because
Alright, I
then
roll a
you'll
9.
realize Thaco is here. You guys are going to do what is a mock battle. You're not going to be using your actual weapons. If you have a weapon, you can still use magic and stuff like that. But Carve, your axe is a play axe. You have toy swords, you have toy daggers and stuff that you've been outfitted by the staff. And what looks like Thaco has on a big helmet now that looks like almost like a dragon head. And you guys are going to be doing a play fight now with Thaco.
All right, I go to 5.
Okay.
I got 13.
Okay.
I got a 9.
I got 7.
Okay. So keep those numbers in your head for a second. I've got to find Thaco's stats.
Okay, to help me remember, I'm gonna
Thaco.
play the number counting game. 7, 4, 23.
27,
Can't just start
30.
saying that when I'm taking a drink, man.
40,
Here
12.
he is.
2.
17.
35.
We love Thaco. Thaco.
44.
Down. All right.
One step to
So who had the highest first?
I had a 13. Is that the highest?
Shaz the highest.
Okay, so no, Thaco's the highest.
Okay.
No, never mind. Dang.
Shad will
I
go.
stand corrected.
Yeah, Thaco's the 15.
Thicko.
Shad, who's after Shad?
What
I'm
did you
5,
roll?
so I'm below us.
So okay,
Lupin, what did you roll?
anybody above 10?
7.
I have a 9.
Okay, so Carve. It'll be Lupin and then Refunk. Okay. And I have my skill sets. Where are they?
Can I ask
go.
too? Like, is there someone like without armor in our group? Like, I should be able to see this with my eyes.
Yeah, I don't wear armor ever, so.
I also don't think I wear armor.
If you don't have it on your skill sheet, you don't have it.
I have chainmail on.
Okay.
You would have like little cardboard armor that's put over yours.
I got
Yeah, I just wanna
cardboard
know in
off.
case, I wanted to cast mage armor on somebody because they don't.
You
get
can
good looks if they
absolutely
don't have
do
armor.
that. That will be a thing you can do. Thaco for the top of the round is going to. Thaco for the round, he is going to equip armor, and he's going to equip what looks like 2 gauntlets that have giant talons on them.
Oh.
So he's going to be playing the role of the Jabberwock, which is giant dragon-like creature. He will be taking his turn by setting that up. He's going to hold his action for a turn, and it will be Shad's turn.
So, you know what? Let's get real into this. D will do something similar, and he will also spend his turn preparing, but he will instead use the flames he is controlling around him to manifest demonic-looking wings
Okay.
in the fire.
All right. So we're
And
gonna. So as you're doing this, you're giving yourself demonic, like leathery wings to kind of give yourself a bigger appearance. You're trying to become more of the toy of fire, more
Yeah.
so than metal per se. But the fire
Yeah.
rings true, and your flames are ringing hot as if you were trying to make the toy itself.
Yes. Yeah.
Anything else?
That was the cat. You know what? The final thing he does in his turn is essentially just goad Thaco.
You realize Thaco's not saying much, but he turns to look at you. You can goad him if you want. You can talk to him if you want. You're gonna have to roleplay it if you're trying to antagonize him.
Okay. Okay, we'll get into this then. He goes, "Come, O mighty Jabberwock, let us see how big your claws are against this grain of metal and flame."
As you say that, you hear a loud screech come from Thaco. It is inhuman what this screech is, and you realize it's not actually coming from Thaco's mouth. It's from Palasha. Palasha is the one who's giving voice to this Jabberwock, and there's a high-pitched scream and squeal as the mouth for the Jabberwock opens and closes. And she keeps singing about this song of dance between the knights and the Jabberwock and how it will come about. And she doesn't stop at all. It seems like she is the chess master as she's putting two sides against one another. Carve, it's your turn.
All right. I get close, but can I investigate?
Yeah. What are you trying to investigate in particular?
How sharp these claws are.
Okay. They are not going to be sharp. They're like cardboard, kind of like what your armor is. It's like a foam sword kind of base. It's got a little bit of thing. It's not going to hurt. It's meant for the play of the fight rather than to hurt each other. You're putting on a performance is what you're guessing you're trying to do. Except for Lupin, who probably just wants to kick his ass.
Okay.
But anything you do this first turn is going to be at disadvantage.
All right. I get close, but not too close.
Okay.
And yell out, "Hot, hot, Jabberwocky, feast of claws, fierce of dragons. Come at me, over he," as I raise my play axe up in the sky. And just keep the pose up.
You hear cheering from the crowd. They're going, ooh, and ah, they can't believe it. The toy is going to fight him. And you hear these things, and Palash is singing this tale of the toy of bone becoming life and trying to bring down this evil dragon. And is that all you're going to do for your turn?
Let's see.
You've made some theatrics. You've walked up to the Jabberwock.
I then swing.
Okay. We are gonna do. All right. Roll to attack. It's gonna be at disadvantage.
Okay, which one is the attack?
This is the first time we're actually doing combat.
Yeah, I don't know what to attack. What do I roll for attack?
Ooh, what is your attack dice? Oh, you should have you're
Okay,
on.
attack.
Yeah.
Let's see. Action.
Yeah. Your weapon should have an action there.
Yeah, it's gonna hold the same stats as whatever weapon that you have personally, though you have to hit first.
Mm-hmm. So you wanna roll the thing where it says hit/DC first.
Hits this. Where's that at?
So it's like in the big gray box. In the big box, there's action tab, and then you should see your axe, or whatever your melee weapon of choice was.
Yep. All right.
There's a hit DC, whatever your plus modifier is on that, and then you're gonna want to roll. You're gonna want to click that button twice.
DC, grapple, combat. Do not know where to. I can't see it. I don't see there's a dice thing.
Oh, there should be like an outline with a plus, like right under the hit / DC thing. There's a plus number, and that's a button you can hit.
Actions, attack. Can't see. There's an unarmed attack. I don't have
Do you
an
know?
axe. Yeah, I don't have the axe.
Oh.
Action.
You should probably add the axe that was part of your kit.
I just quickly.
Quickly add your axe.
Add my
'cause that
axe.
is part of your core
That's
kit.
probably
That was
pretty
your main
important.
Yeah,
weapon.
I should put it. I should have that. All right. Okay, now I see it.
There you go.
Alright, so first you gotta roll the hit. If you succeed, you roll damage. But because you're at disadvantage right now, you have to roll it twice and you take the lowest.
All right.
I don't think
I
he's
think
hitting
that's
either
pretty
way.
good.
Yeah. I drop my axe. I pick it up and say, "Hey, ho! Let's go!"
Yeah. First
Alright,
roll
so
the
you
nat
gotta
one.
tell me.
Let's go.
Go ahead and tell me the rolls as you do them still because I can't see them. So I'm trusting
Okay,
you guys.
it'll be
to give-
3.
Okay. No, you very much do not hit this Jabberwock. The Jabberwock kind of looks at you and it just kind of like snorts smoke in your way. You see there's smoke coming from the nostril of this helm and it just blows smoke into your face.
Oh, this is just like Shrek.
Yep. So it is now Lupin's turn.
All right, I'm gonna go the opposite direction of Scolorado,
Okay.
like running up to kind of like get around to the other side of the Jabberwock.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna throw a quick kick to its chest and see if it connects first, just as like a testing
All right.
blow.
Roll to
That
attack
is
at disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
By the way, does Lupin have the long stride I cast on him earlier still? Like that lasts for
It lasts for like an
Maybe
hour,
something.
right?
Nat 1.
only 1 hour. Yeah. So
Then it
close.
would have
You're
gone
rolling.
after that. Then no, you easily try to kick and you just land on the opposite side by Carve. So what you thought was going to be this epic, super awesome move that you were going to land on Thaco and destroy this dragon in one hit, and you just kind of like whiffed completely and just land beside Scolorado. Looking like you just did a lap around him for no particular reason. Everybody in the crowd's just like, Everybody's like half clapping as they're trying to figure out what you're doing. Even
Yeah, all right.
Palasha kind of stumbles in her singing, trying to figure out what you were doing the entire time and saying, oh, he was just running tricks around him. And she's trying to make up for it, but you definitely confused not only yourself, but the entire crowd. Rafunk, turn passes to you.
I'm gonna shoot him with the Ray of Frost.
Okay. Do you have to hit for that one? Do you have to roll?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the
four,
only
just-
yeah, it's very fast.
Magic is the one thing I'm unsure of because some of it just does hit without instant.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. This one will not because I just rolled a 3 plus 4, so that's
No.
7.
Yeah. No. So the ray of frost
Yeah.
goes out, and you see the clowns instantly pop up. What you would assume is something like a wall. To prevent the shards of ray to go into the crowd. They instantly protect the crowd, and everything disperses instantaneously as it hits that wall. And there's like small snowflakes that fall to the ground instead. The crowd cheers as they see this big explosion happen, but obviously it doesn't hit the Jabberwock.
It's okay.
Guys,
I meant to do that.
Hey guys, I think we're screwing up here.
As Thaco turns towards you guys, he is going to strike out with a multi-tack. He's going to hit both Scolorado and Fenorin. And first attack against Scolorado will be a 17 to hit.
Oh.
Does that hit you?
Wait. Do I need a
AC, your armor
What's your
class.
AC?
Where do I see AC in this?
So it's
Oh, 11.
yeah.
Okay,
hang
so
on.
yes, I absolutely hit. And then for Fenorin, it's going to be a 13.
14. Maybe that misses.
Okay, so it misses on Fenorin, but it is going to hit Carve. Let me see.
Oof.
Okay, it is going to be this. It's going to be 4 piercing damage. And then it is going to use its legendary action.
Oh no.
Everybody in a 10-foot radius, which I assume would only be Carve and Lupin, because it doesn't. Shad and Rafunk didn't move at all.
Nope.
So you guys need to give me a DC 13 Constitution saving throw.
Are we still at
Constitution saving
disadvantage or
throw.
not?
What?
Are we still at disadvantage
Nope,
or not?
you are not disadvantaged. It's the start of a new turn. So your disadvantage is gone. You just need to make the straight DC 13. If you beat it, you're good. If not, shit happens.
Well, I got 11.
I also got 11, so...
Okay.
Hey! Twinsies!
Twilight sleep. Both
We
the
just hugged
targets
it
are
again.
engulfed in a cloud of magical sleep-inducing gas and fall unconscious for 1 minute or unless someone wakes you up. So,
Oh, did this dragon just fart up? Me.
so you guys both instantly fall asleep. You will be like that for... It's technically 1 minute, which is 10 turns, or until someone wakes you up. So, with that, that'll be the end of its turn, and it is Shad's turn.
Oh boy. All right. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Let's do this. D is going to make a very exaggerated flourish of the flame wings, and then go. You are not even worth my full power, for you don't even look at me. So fall on your knees, whelp, in a fit of hideous laughter, and casts hideous laughter on him.
Alright, what is the roll it has to make?
Creature makes range. Incapable. Attack save Wisdom 13?
Okay. It rolled a 7, and it has
Oh.
plus nothing, so it's going to crumple down to its legs, and you're going to hear a bellow of a laugh that starts in its chest. And this is Thaco now laughing. It is not Palasha voicing it. Thaco is laughing this very deep, guttural laugh, and he's going to do that until next turn when he tries to try it again. Do you want to do anything else, Shad?
He will D will step just slightly between Thaco and the kids and say no harm will come to the fair maiden and her hero as long as I stand here.
And the crowd goes wild. You hear the cheering. You hear everything. Everybody shouting for the toy of metal who tries to protect the prince and princess. And Carve, you are asleep. You cannot do anything. You're gonna stay honk shoe.
Honk shoo.
This will be turn 1 for you. Same for you, Lupin. And you're going to be sleep. This will be turn 1 for you. It is going to pass now to Rafunk.
So, what's the rules on waking them up? Like,
You
someone
can
just has to
shake
wake
them
them up.
awake, you can slap them awake, you can splash them with water. If you have any of those fun spells, you can create stuff with.
Could I just create like a loud like crowd noise saying like "Wake up, Lupin"?
If you
Wake
want
up,
to like,
Colorado,
if
wake
you
up.
want to like project your voice and stuff like that, you have the means to do it. Yeah, absolutely. A loud voice, you could put it right in between
Okay.
their ears and wake them up.
Well, I'll cast minor illusion to wake them up with a crowd. I'll make it sound like a crowd chant, and it's chanting at them.
Okay. As you hear both the crowd, you start to actually get the crowd around you involved in it. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. And then you're amplifying their voices the entire time, and you're adding more voices to this chanting. And finally, there just seems to be a couple kids screaming, and you pick up their screams in particular, and you just scream it into their ears. Wake up! And both of you are startled awake again.
In a minute.
And so both Carv and Lupin, you are now awake. You do have your past turn, so you can react again later.
Oh.
Rafug, is there anything else you would like to do?
I will create a little bit of distance.
So you're going to step back a little bit to make sure you're far away.
Some tactical distance, yes, for my ranged attacks sitting up.
Understood. It is now going to be Thaco's turn. Thaco screams out in anger, and he is going to use...
Isn't he still laughing?
Oh, you're right. He has to roll again.
Yeah.
You are right. He has to roll to resist it. He rolled an 18, so he's going to be able to resist it easily enough.
Well, there we go. That lasted long.
So he is going to get up off of his seat. He's still wobbly. He's not going to be able to make his attack because he had to do it for there. But he is going to try to use his bonus action. I gotta remember how this works, so give me a second.
Yep. No worries.
Talk amongst yourself while you plan what you do next. Because I have to figure out how this ruling is. Yeah.
Right.
60
Okay.
foot range.
Just use
for
what the
everybody, 20
It's up in the front.
I'm doing my best to give you guys an opportunity, but you fell asleep.
Look, the dragon farted on us.
Yeah, that just kind of happens sometimes.
Sometimes it's just gas.
Okay.
Gas.
Yes,
Definitely
Read the
gas.
Thought of War.
yes.
Alright,
Smelly
he
smells.
is going to use his reaction to do Fairy Fire. It's a 60-foot range in a 20-foot cube, so he's going to do the cube that should hopefully hit... It's going to hit Carve and Lupin, and then it should be just long enough to hit Shad. But it shouldn't hit Princess in the Night, and it shouldn't hit Rafunk.
I like make a big like wipe sweat off my forehead motion and go phew.
So, each of you has to throw a dex saving throw.
Okay.
All right. I have a 17.
18.
Lupin?
Hold on. 12.
Lupin, you were the only one affected by this. Everybody else got out.
I would like to use Lucky Footwork.
What does Lucky Footwork do?
It's the thing I get for being a herring gun. If I fail a dex saving throw, I get to roll 1d4 and add that to the save, potentially turning it into a success.
Okay, yeah,
Ooh.
absolutely.
Ooh.
I got +2 to that.
So what's your total?
14.
That is enough. Nothing happens. He kind of gets angry and he scuffs, and there's more smoke that billows out of his mask. Turn towards Shad. It is now your turn.
You know what? I'm going to just insult him to his face. You call that fire? Come now, you couldn't possibly have done anything worse. You're eh,
Yeah, yeah.
you're a ridiculous foe. Come, you can't even hit someone right in front of you. I dare you. Come, strike me where I stand.
Since
And
you fumbled it, I'm gonna make you roll a performance check.
oh fuck. Got it, okay. 15.
All right, you pass.
Yeah.
He gets aggravated and he stomps his feet. Plush is singing with a little bit of aggression now as this Jabberwock looks at you and it's waiting for something to happen. It has already used its bonus action for the thing, so it can't do anything. Shadow, are you going to do anything else besides taunt it?
I'm going to use my control flames to spread the fire wings far and wide to make myself seem big and imposing.
Okay. Easily, you spread your wings out and they encompass and block not only the vision for the children, but everybody's vision kind of feels like it's being dimmed a little bit as these flames cast giant shadows over the back of everybody as it starts to engulf the arena. Carve, your turn.
All right. I'm gonna shout. This time, I will show you my true strength, and I will slash again.
Okay, roll to attack.
9.
That fails.
Well, that's damage.
Oh, that's damage?
Oh yeah. You rolled damage on that one, not attack.
Oh, attack. Okay. Attack is 15.
Give me a sec. I got to check. That's a hit. Its AC is 15.
Oh,
Hey,
nice.
oh.
So it's me to
And
beat.
I roll damage.
Yep, go ahead and roll damage.
Can I keep the one I used previously?
Yeah.
So you rolled 9. Is that total damage?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we can do that.
You don't want to roll the dice again. You want to take the 9.
They want to take that 9.
Like, I'm not fussy over how much the damage is. It's just a matter of how long you guys end up fighting this, because there's so much more to do.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh wait! Oh no!
So Carve attacks. Carve, do you have anything else you want to do? You cleave your little sword against him. You kind of bonk the helmet in very cartoonish fashion. The helmet starts spinning around on Thaco's head before he rights it and kind of glares at you and snuffs a little bit. Another roar from Palasha kind of gives way that the Jabberwock is angry.
I lift up my axe and say, I roar back at it.
As you roar back, the crowd goes wild as it roars with you, saying, "Down with the Jabberwock! Down with the Jabberwock!" And Lupin, it is now your turn.
All right, I'm swinging on him. Just right hook. Just nothing fancy, nothing crazy. Just a
Right.
clean right hook.
Roll
Hoping
the
for the
hit.
best. That's way better. Finally. 21.
Yes, you absolutely
Hell yeah.
land this hook straight on Thaco's jaw. You can feel it connect while you hit this helmet, this little cardboard
Nice.
helmet.
So that is 8 damage.
Okay.
And then, as my bonus action, I would like to use Unarmed Strike, which is whenever I use my unarmed, like, just fists to attack, I can make another attack immediately
Okay.
as a bonus action.
Go ahead.
So I'm swinging again. 18 this time.
Yep, you still hit. Go ahead, roll damage.
7 this time.
Okay. He's looking very reek for rare right now.
Yeah.
The helmet's kind of all crushed in a little bit. Thaco has a little bit of some labored breathing. He's kind of stumbling a little bit as he tries to step forward to try and block these hits. Palasha is at the peak of her song. It's kind of the crescendo of everything. It looks like this Jabberwock is about to be defeated. Everybody in the crowd is cheering for Fenora, and they're like, "Go, go, 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 go!" They're like, toy foot, toy foot, toy foot, and they just keep chanting and cheering. And it is now going to pass to Rafunk. Rafunk, what are you going to do?
I am now going to use my ultimate move, and I have to like run within I need to move within 30 feet of him.
Okay, easily
back
you're
up.
easily to get kind of beside where the children are. So not quite past the 20-foot range, but easily within that 20 to 25 foot.
Okay. I try to like whip the crowd up. I'm like, everybody, I need your help with this one. This is my ultimate move. Everybody, lend me your energy.
I'll put my hands
First,
up in the
give me
air
a
like
performance roll.
Okay. God damn, I'm rolling low today. I got wait. What's do I have any? I got 4.
Duh.
Yeah, everybody kind of looks like, huh? What? You're kind of being overshadowed
fine.
by like Shad with the giant wings and Fenorin with the double hit. You're not really being noticed. The few people that do notice you kind of clap and give you some cheers. But go ahead and roll your attack.
I'm gonna notice this. I'm gonna use my lightning breath,
Okay.
and I do not have to roll hit on that.
Ooh, he has to roll a
Oh.
dex save.
Yeah, it's dex save 11. But even on the save, he takes damage. He takes half damage.
No.
love these spells.
He will have a 15 for his dex save.
Okay.
What's your spell save?
Let me just double check. Saving throw equals 8 plus your Constitution modifier, which is plus your proficiency. Creature takes 2d6 damage on a failed save and half as much damage on a successful one.
Yeah, what's the success?
What's the level?
I think. What if it doesn't say in the description? It's probably your spell save.
This is the first time we're doing any combat, guys.
If you are you looking for your spell save for Funk?
My spell save?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to figure out what the saving, so I can.
I have to roll
figure out-
2d6. Yeah, I have to roll 2d6 and then you halve it, and then that'll be the damage he takes.
Yeah,
So...
but I need to
Okay.
figure out if I fail or succeed.
Yeah.
Oh, on,
So-
on the
Yeah. So
it's
what's your
11.
what is your spell save?
Attack save is Dex 11, so they have to get over 11.
Okay,
Okay.
so I succeed, but I take half damage. So
Yeah.
go ahead and roll your damage and
Meow.
So,
yeah. Uh-huh.
oh god, a 1 and a 1 and a 6. All right, so that's 7 total. So half
So
7.
half rounded up. We'll say
4?
4. He looks
Also, if
big.
anyone's between me and him, they might have to do a saving throw.
That would be Lupin and Carve.
Uh-oh.
Well, I do
Yeah,
have an
there it
ability
is.
that sculpts spells, so if they let me see.
Delta, please.
So
Delta,
they automatically succeed on saving throws against the spell, and they take no damage if they normally take half.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 1 plus the spell's level. I'm not sure what the spell's level is.
Spells level should be 1, I believe.
Okay, so that means one of them get that.
No.
wait. If the spell's level is 1, that means 1 plus 1, which means both of them get it, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's not 0. Yeah, okay. So both of them
Delta, you can't
have
make any
instant successful saving
attacks.
throws. All
You
right.
haven't picked your armor class. Delta, you don't have any weapons. Why are you so upset about this? What?
Unfortunately, we can't cast silence on Delta.
It doesn't work. She's resistant to it. Delta,
So I guess the lightning just passes through Lupin and Carve and
What?
doesn't affect them.
come here.
Nice. It
Come
tickled.
here.
We cooking.
Are you gonna bring it over? She has drama llama right now, so she's screaming with the drama llama in her mouth. What? I called her out. She's unhappy about this. Delta, you got, I guess we're taking a break for a minute. Hold on.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right, fair enough.
The lightning attack pauses in midair while the cat walks across the screen.
So, How's everyone doing today?
What's wrong?
Meow.
I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Meow,
I
meow.
wanted him to punch me so goddamn bad because I have a reaction for that.
Well,
It's
then
my
get close.
only damaging spell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I
Well,
should have
then get
punched him
close.
more, but
I could punch you. We want
hell yeah, let's do it. No.
Oh god, dominatrix
Start punching.
dwarf.
Good girl.
Everybody turn on Shad. Turn around. No.
Everyone's just beating up Shad.
Frontline, quickly attack the mages. No, no.
We all good now?
Just turn around and start swinging.
We're all good?
Actually, I think the Jabberwock's pretty cool. Turns out.
Okay. Alright, I think she's done calm down. Delta,
Give it like
now?
5 minutes, she'll be back.
We all good? She wanted me to pay attention to her, but she walked into the other room.
What?
So I'm not sure why.
She wanted attention over there.
Because we have like our den where my computer is situated right beside where our living room is. And so there's like a big banister that kind of separates it. So I had to go around the banister to find her. She's just like, "Oh, hey, Ma." I'm like, "What do you want? Are you wanting more drama llama time?" And I gave her the drama llama and she attacked it. But then she put it down beside her like, "Mom, this isn't the time for this." So I don't know what she wanted. But all right.
Damn. All right.
All right.
Anyway, back to lightning.
Lightning. So lightning hits. This guy looks like he's about ready to collapse. He doesn't have a lot left in him. Very weak. This thing's crushed. His armor on the outside's crushed. You see there's smoke kind of billowing off of it from the lightning. And it's going to turn to his turn. And he is going to try one more time to do Twilight Sleep. So I need you guys to do a DC 13 Constitution saving throw again. This time it's going to be all four of you.
Oh.
What
Woo!
were we rolling?
I got a nat 20.
Constitution saving throw.
Shit. I got a 16.
That's enough.
I got a
I got a nat
15.
20 plus 1.
21!
5.
Lupin, you're put back to sleep, and I think you are the only one. I think everybody else succeeded.
I'm waking you up this time.
You got mad at me for getting those
But
two good
because
hits
of
in.
that, he turns to
Bunny is
Scolorado, and he is going to do a double claw attack, and he's going to make both attacks against you.
Woo, woo, woo.
So, first one is going to be a 21 to hit. The second one's going to be a 10 to hit, which
Aha.
I think doesn't hit.
Gee, 21 to hit.
Yeah, the first one's go bing. Ah, nice try. The next one, brr, hits me hard.
You are going to take 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Oof.
And that'll be his turn. Shad, you're next.
I don't know how we're gonna roll this, but let's see what happens. D is going to take the flames around his wings and throw them at our little Jabberwocky over here.
Okay.
Don't know how we would roll damage on this, but
Does Control Flame have any, like,
it has no it's literally just, hey, you can move fire around. It acts like fire and does fire. It's not necessarily a damage spell, but I'm play acting it
All
to
right.
be one.
I want you to give me an athletics check. It has, for it to succeed in what you want it to do, you have to roll a 15 or higher.
15 or higher. All right. Rolling. That is a 9, so no.
So it misses. You threw like a few fireballs and they hit the wall that these clowns are using to protect the stadium. So you set up a performance. Everybody's like oohing and awing. they're still chanting and cheering for you guys, but your attack missed. Do you have anything else you want to do?
Dia's just going to strike us a sort of JoJo-looking pose while his
After you
wings
missed.
are gone.
Jojo pose.
JoJo pose. You have to JoJo pose after everything, okay, Rafon? It doesn't matter if you hit or
absolutely.
miss. All right, it now turns to Carv's turn.
All right. I like scoff and say, "Ha! You hit me once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times, but I hit you twice, maybe 3 times, and I hit him again."
All right, roll to attack.
Ooh.
14.
That is not enough. You miss.
Aw.
His AC is 15, remember? So
I miss.
you miss.
But then I twirl around and say, "Ha! I meant to do that."
I assume that's your turn then, yes?
That is my turn.
Palasha keeps on singing the crescendo. She's trying to drag out this crescendo as long as possible. She's like, when are these guys going to defeat him? This is getting on too long. Her voice is starting to crack a little. Like, passes to Lupin's turn, who is fast asleep.
Shoo! Shoo!
And now it's Rafog's turn.
Can I don't know if this fits in the rules. Could I like double up with Shad's control fire and then shoot fire and have him like sort of control it around to help hit
So you
the
want to
enemy?
So you want to use some of his fire to basically hit. You want to redirect
Well,
it.
no, I was gonna shoot firebolt and then have Shad and see if Shad could control my firebolt with his control fire to like I know loop it around and then finish him off with it.
All right, so thank you, Creed, for the player reroll. What I'll say is it's going to be a couple rolls between you and Shad if you want to get this to work, but we can make it work.
You know what? I'm game. Let's do it.
What do you need to roll?
Hey
to,
Shad, let's do an alley-oop.
What do you need to
Alley-oop.
do to actually cast your fireball?
I just need to hit. It's got a roll to hit, and it does 1d10 fire damage.
All right. So what I'm going to
It's a
say
cantrip.
is Shad's going to help you. You are going to lower the difficulty by 5 because of it. So you need to hit an AC of 10 to hit your fireball.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I rolled a 1. Come on.
Oh my god!
It's so bad today. What is going on? This is dice. I
Creed
need
just
dice,
very
guys.
nicely gave you guys a reroll if you would like to use it.
Thank you
We
so
gotta
much. I'm
use
gonna
it?
reroll right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna take that curse. I'll take a new curse.
All right. Refug's going to use that reroll.
I got a 6 plus 4, which is a 10. It's like one
You hit 10. That's what you needed to do. You hit
It's
10.
already. Oh, okay. Thank God.
You
That's good.
had to meet or beat.
Thank
with
God for the
Shad's
alley oop. That saved it.
Yup.
So you cast this fireball, and you cast it actually towards Shad itself, and Shad easily is able to use his fire wings to basically scoop it up and redirect it back to the Jabberwock, and it hits Thaco right in his chest, and you hear a big "Ugh" as that cardboard is kind of singed and starts to light ablaze, and it like disintegrates the cardboard that's around him, so the helmet kind of vanishes, the chest plate vanishes, and Thaco falls to his knees, and he is unconscious. And
Hooray!
the crowd stops for a second before it alights and roar of just this chaos. Everybody's screaming for the knights, and they're happy. You see the clowns just slowly carry off Thaco to the side as they go to get him to some pixies. But everybody's cheering for the knights, and you guys kind of push the children up to be like, it's the prince and princess, and yay! And you guys all take a bow, and Palasha's song ends as you guys defeat the Jabberwock. And everybody
Yeah.
bows greatly and deeply, and everybody's screaming for joy.
Yeah.
Except Lupin's still asleep.
Oh, yeah.
I assume
But it's
Lupin's
asleep.
awake by the giant roar of everybody. Lupin wakes up and he's
Yeah. Oh,
starts,
guys, go.
starts bowing along with everybody, kind of like not knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
Just follows suit. But yeah, the clowns then escort you guys back to your seats, where they give you some taffy just to kind of lighten whatever burdens you may have felt. You feel less sleepy. If you got hit, your health is restored. You have your spell slots back for the spell slots you used.
Oh, God, it's bad. Well, just from the fight all day.
All of it. It's
we
all
are
back.
we're
Hey.
back
completely
to prime,
healed.
baby.
You are completely
Long rest.
healed. You are well rested, and the show goes on. It kind of like lulls for a little bit after the extravaganza. The clowns start to perform with Candlefoot the Mime. They're doing magic tricks and slapbite comedy, and they're going back
When
and forth.
Candlefoot the Mime comes out, Dee is going to get reminded and look around for the Kinku again.
Roll a investigation check. If anybody else wants to participate, they can.
Yeah,
All right,
probably
here we go.
should be
Ah,
effective.
17.
7.
Nat
Guess I
20.
can't see nothing.
Nice. So you remember that Kenku with a 12 or above, you remember that the Kenku can change shape. You're not quite sure what shapes they can change into, but you're looking around and you're not seeing anything too particularly off, except for what looks to be like a pixie that's kind of just out in the middle of one of the back walls. She's just kind of staying up and out of the way for now. And she's looking very intently at Candlefoot. But other than that, there's nothing else going on. But that pixie just screams at you like, why is a pixie out here? All the pixies are either in Pixie Kingdom or they're usually helping out the staff at this time. And so you don't understand why a pixie of anything would be out here just to watch the Big Top. This would seem like a very uncommon occurrence.
Yeah.
Dee will make his way over very casually.
Give me... Are you trying not to alert her in any way? Or are
Yeah,
you
but-
making it a purposeful thing?
I'm
This
not
is going
trying
to
to be
determine what you're going to roll. So,
Yeah, I was gonna.
I'm
Can I?
yeah, you can do it too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I? Before D walks over, can I just quickly lean over, like, hey, you see what I'm seeing too, right?
Of course I do. I'm going to go make acquaintances with it.
As much as I like that idea, are you sure we can get up there without it taking off?
If it starts to take off, well, I'll just cast a message on it saying I'd like to have a conversation.
What if I can promise you that I can set up a meeting with it without it potentially running off this time? And I'm gonna pull out the cupcake from earlier, the invisibility cupcake.
Fair enough. If you can get that supposed Kinku to have a conversation with us after the Big Top is done, I can take the rest of the way from there.
Got it. And with that, I'm gonna back up a bit, and I'm gonna keep an eye on where the pixie is, but I'm not walking a straight line towards. I'm kind of just going off, like, oh, I'm gonna go back to my seat now.
Yeah.
And then once I'm like, actually, does anything happen on the way there? I guess is the
Well, are you eating the full cupcake?
once I'm in the crowd, then
Okay.
yes.
Once you're in the crowd. Sorry, I'm trying to eat dinner while I do this.
Honestly, that's me eating the
Understandable.
cupcake.
So while you're doing this, you kind of get to a clear point where you don't think anybody's noticing you, and you're kind of like, the few people that are around you finally give you enough space that you feel like you can get through without any issue. You eat the cupcake in a hurry. The cupcake's You have to eat it completely. It's all gone for you to turn invisible. And when you
Like
look
almost-
down, you really don't see your paws anymore. You're looking down at your feet. You don't see your feet anymore. You're kind of looking at your gear. All of it's invisible. You can't see yourself.
Ooh.
So you are able to get close to the pixie, close enough that you're kind of like leaning up against the tent right beside the pixie before she ever kind of perks up and she looks to the spot you're at and she kind of hard glares at your spot and then she's like, you know, I can understand that invisibility plays a little bit of a friend to most people. I don't understand why you would need it to come and speak with me.
Would you believe me if I said I'm shy?
Not so much, because you could have easily just blended with the crowd. I can't
can't say I
make too
didn't
much
try.
of a fuss without leaving this time around.
Leaving, huh? Planning on going somewhere?
Darling, I'm trying to make Mr. Witch and Mr. Light open up to me. It's only best that I make a little bit of a headache for them.
What, you got some sort of reason for that? Figure this is a fairly above board show.
No. No. If it was a fairly above board show, I would have gotten my answers long ago and would have left without any harm coming to this carnival.
Interesting. Talking a lot of circles about all this, though. What, you can't trust a fellow friend?
Well, you've yet to prove you're friends now, haven't you?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I can dispel this if I wanted to.
Well, true. I mean, do you want it to be dispelled truly?
Maybe once we're on the same page here.
Understood. Well, you've come to reach for me while the little pixie looks down at the show. The show continues, so what do you want?
How about we just talk for now? Then we'll decide from there.
All right. Continue to talk, my invisible friend.
What do you want with the owners? You mentioned they might have done something to you at some point.
They have information they're withholding from me and
Sounds like
refuse
a-
to spit it out. I am playing my cards the only way I can. They hold information that is valuable to me. I hold information that is valuable to them, which is their carnival is everything to them. Make a mess of the carnival, eventually they'll get tired of me and give me what I want.
And you're entirely sure it's gonna work out?
It's the only plan I have, besides going with what some others may hope.
Think of it this way, though. What happens if they catch on to you? Yeah?
Oh, they've already caught on to me. Mr. Witch and Mr. Light both know I'm causing mischief. They understand that I'm not leaving until I get my answers. They're just hoping I go away. But they have many problems wrong with their carnival, and because they refuse to answer, it's led to many things going wrong outside of, little old me.
Yeah, funny thing about that. Not sure if you haven't noticed, but a lot of those problems are ending up resolved. In fact, I'd say they're resolving faster than you can cause them.
No, boy, I don't think you're actually truly understanding. People have gone missing from this carnival for years now. Many, many years. The numbers are higher than you imagine. Many children do not return home to visit their parents after they come and visit this carnival. You know that. You've spoken to Durla, haven't you?
Well, I guess you do know more than I gave you credit for. Is there anything near my feet?
No.
Okay.
She is the epitome of a little pixie. She's about 4 or 5 inches. She's hovering
No, I'm saying I want to knock over something to send a signal to D.
There's not really anything around. There is like some little lanterns or stuff. There's a cake vendor that's coming by if you want to like trip the cake vendor or something. But there's nothing really by. She picked a very inconspicuous spot to like
still
be away from
invisible.
everybody so you guys could talk.
Okay. I'm still invisible, am I not?
You are.
I would like to... This is such a terrible idea. I'd like to pull out one of my darts that I have.
Okay.
I'm going to lob it at the wheels of the cart.
Okay.
Specifically to make it so they stumble a bit and like, oh, you know what I mean? Like something big and visible that will let D know, okay, go now. Like...
Okay, so I'm gonna say you're gonna throw a dart at the actual vendor itself. So I want you to go ahead and roll an attack on the vendor.
All right.
Creed, thank you for letting me have another DM reroll. It was fun using the other ones.
14.
Okay, you're gonna hit, but it's not gonna do anything serious. The guy stumbles and is like, "What the?" He makes a scene. What was that? And he like picks it up. He's like, "Is this from the? Did the clowns do this?" And like he's making a little bit of a scene, but not enough that it's gonna disturb Mr. Witch or Mr. Light or anything. A lot of the people, the crowd goers around him, kind of look, and they kind of look around too, like, "What's going on?" But he ends up just pocketing the dart, and he keeps going.
And because I made an attack, my invisibility wears off.
Yes. So
Oh,
D's been watching this whole thing, and he's just kind of confused as to what the hell the Herringon is doing.
Well, once the invisibility drops, she's like, "Oh, I hope you meant to do that on purpose. It'd be
What just
kind of."
did?
Herringon doing?
What the hell are you doing?
So you're calling for backup now?
Yeah, mayhaps.
Probably a good time for me to leave then. Would you not say so?
Are you sure about that? Come on, it might be a bit fun once I have my friends around.
Darling, do you know what fun really implies? She like leans into your ear and whispers, "I mean, I can show you a fun time. Don't need to have your friends."
You're being flirted with by a pixie.
Oh my god. Golly. Well, you know what they say, the more the merrier, right?
Oh, too bad this pixie isn't into things like that. Maybe
D
if you
is slowly
really
just walking
want
over
to
at this point.
talk with all of your friends, maybe we can set up a time to meet.
When and where?
Feasting Orchard's always my preferred spot. They're not going to be having another cupcake contest for quite a while, so the pixie tent will be available to use.
All right, well, if you're going to pick the place, I'll pick the time within the next hour. How about that?
Agreed. And she turns to look at you as it comes across, and you feel a pull, Lupin, when you make that deal with her. You feel the pull of magic.
No!
And she leans in one last time as she looks straight at Shat's character. She says, "So it is stated, so it shall be." And she leaves. With a puff of smoke, she's gone.
Well, once she's gone, I'm going to drop the act a bit and make my way back over to D and lean over. You better know what you're doing with it.
Well, considering the fact that she was so out of place, even if she isn't the Kinku we're looking for, it'll definitely be a bit more information. You'll
Oh,
have to
don't
tell
worry.
me. You'll have to tell me what you heard. What you heard when we're in a bit more of a. D leans in. Discreet location.
What is it with both of you doing?
At this time,
Can I walk over
hold on, the clowns are like finishing up their routine. They're all bowing. Candlefoot gives a big bow and he quickly follows behind as you see a bunch of pixies riding fairy dragons that come out on the stage. They have giant streamers falling behind them, and what looks like the start of a fairy dragon race starts to go around as an invisible racetrack is apparently set up in the minds of these fairy dragons. They start racing in columns around the entire Big Top as you guys are able to talk to one another freely.
Okay, I walk over to them and go, "Hey guys, we should go see that mermaid. She seemed pretty cool."
Well,
She does, but we have a. It seems. Oh, actually, I wouldn't know this, so I can't say anything about it. Yeah, so go on, Lupin.
Well, as fun as that would be, I do believe we actually have an appointment within the next hour to go back to that. It was the orchard, right?
Feasting Orchard, yep.
Yeah. Yeah, same place we did that cupcake eating contest.
You just
We
love
found
your
our target.
sweets, don't you? Oh, really? You found the kinku.
We found the entrance to the Fey world.
Well, okay, so not that target. That's kind of more of an like 5 steps down the line kind of thing.
Right. Well, you found someone who could be of some help, and that'll be useful.
It's definitely our Kenku. No one else would have that information. Not to mention how much of a, how do I put this, stick up their ass they kind of have when it comes to the two owners here.
Oh, please. I'm pretty sure we could ask anybody, and there'd be a 50-50 chance of someone having a stick up their ass about the owners.
I mean, you go. Anyway, no.
I didn't like how that one was on his watch the whole time through our fight.
That's kind of messed up of him. Honestly, he probably should have been paying more attention. But anyway,
They have sticks up their asses?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
explain basically the entirety of my conversation I had with the Pixie / possible Kenku to everyone.
All right.
Yeah, and I don't know. She's being like oddly flirty about it. I don't know, man.
Congratulations.
So you're into her? What, are you,
Not,
is this gonna be something?
So, the
I mean,
Pixie's
we don't want to
like...
cramp your style if you want to go on a date.
The
point
Pixie's
being,
like...
like, hands out. Like point being, before I get torn apart by raptors here.
Like, I make a gesture in my hand, like, oh, the Pixie's about this small, and you're yay big. How does that work?
D leans over and makes an approximate size of halfway between the two sides and goes, well, their children would be about this big full grown.
This big, huh?
Hey, Lupin, it's okay. I can make you smaller for an hour.
That's
You wanna go on a
date. Turn around, start walking away.
Either.
Point being, we can ask whatever questions we want at that orchard in about an hour. That being said, something felt weird about all that, like a tingly feeling in my chest.
That's called
And,
love.
Aw, he's in love.
I pull my ears down.
That's your heart, man.
I
just
have been
saying.
trying not to break this entire time. It's very hard.
It's okay, buddy. Go for it.
It's the same.
You know-
Okay, no, that's not what I mean. It's the same feeling that we all got at the front gate, except for you, because you kind of just paid money pointing at D. But regardless.
You mean all of us are in love as well?
You think there's some sort of fey magic about, don't you?
That's kind of what I'm getting at.
Did
here,
you
yeah.
sign a contract by accident?
Not that I'm entirely aware of, but that's probably where the accident part comes in.
All right.
Well, from
Well,
what you told us, it might have been just a vocal contract,
Yeah.
handshake
Well-
contract.
By the way we talked about it too, it sounds like the only thing I have to fulfill on my end is be in that location at that time. Unless you guys want to use me as bait or something when we walk in there, how do you guys want to go about this?
well, frankly speaking, I don't care what happens to this circus. He says it in a hushed tone and goes, "They're our best bet to get what we need done. So I'm suggesting we at least hear them out. What's the worst that could happen?"
Well, I haven't seen what happens to someone who breaks a fake contract yet, so I'm just gonna like knock on my chest a bit and like I'd rather not figure out what's the worst that could possibly happen in this situation.
Well,
Worst that could happen.
if it's anything like breaking one of my contracts, well, let's just say you'll never do it again.
I have an idea. How about we have our Thurangon friend here? How about we have him seduce this this pixie lady
I'm
and get
pretty sure
information out of her?
I'm pretty sure he'll get seduced before she does.
Nah, I trust him. I trust him to use his bunny
Why is my
wiles.
romance life so important to you guys?
Oh,
You
it's
can pull this off,
not.
Fenorin.
At this point, we're just killing time until the big top ends.
It's called a honey trap.
How do you know what that is?
Cover
I was
him with
about to
honey. That's a
ask. I
good
didn't-
idea.
I didn't think you had it in
I
him.
love honey.
The acrobats had stopped performing. There was fire breathers around that kept the crowd very thoroughly entertained. But at this time, you see Mr. Light stand up, and Mr. Witch stands up, but he doesn't move from his spot. Mr. Light blinks into the middle of the stage. He's like, "Wow, wasn't that a lovely extravaganza?" And everybody starts to clap very enthusiastically and cheering and celebrating. He's like, "Oh, and which act did you like the most?" And you hear random assortments of act: the acrobats, the play, the song, the mermaid tale. All sorts of different things are shouted about. And he's like, "Ah, well, that's wonderful. I'm glad you liked what our carnival had to offer. But now we want to know from you. Are you able to dazzle us? Are you able to join us in the ranks of being elite carnival guests? Do you have a special skill you want to show off? Please, by all means, people, come down and show us your skills." And a small group of people kind of go towards the center of the carnival, Big Top, where a lot of them are just kind of showing off some random skills, some tricks, things of that nature.
Deal peruse his way down.
You see the little
good?
girl that's handing out flowers from earlier at the very beginning of the Big Top, and she says, "I'm not very good at talents, but here." And she pops out a bunch of flowers from her hands. It's her very own thing. And she starts handing everybody flowers, and everybody's going, "Oh, so sweet." And she's handing flowers to everybody, and Mr. Light just smiles, and you see the weather vane just slowly is pointing towards this girl. It's stopped moving about so much, but it is definitely pointing at the girl for right now.
Hey guys, I think this girl might be competition.
Either
she's
that
good.
or the next victim.
Either way, it's definitely got something targeted on her.
Hey, do
All
you think
right.
that becoming the happiest person here is like the victim who goes into the Feywilds and disappears forever?
Hey, wait, wasn't it stopping on us earlier near the start of this?
So a clown comes up and he's like, "Are you wanting to participate to show off your own talents?" And he looks towards the four of you guys.
We can't let this
Do you-
little girl beat us, guys.
D will approach enthusiastically and say, "Of course."
Well, my
I
friend.
have a talent.
Oh, you do as well. Oh, are you participating together or separately?
I'm participating separately.
Understood. I understand completely. And he leads you to the middle of the Big Top and lets you, he walks away from you to give you a little bit of space.
Who's up first?
You.
Okay. So first things first, D is going to use is it thaumaturgy? Yes, okay. D uses thaumaturgy to make his voice boom up to 3 times louder for his performance.
Okay.
And he goes, "Hello, everybody. It's good to see you again. You may remember me from such enthusiastic roles as the toy of metal." And D gives a little bow.
I love you, metal man.
he after he gives his little bow, he stands back up. He leans back up and goes, "Today I will show you a little bit more of what it means to work with fire. As you may have, as you may have guessed, he runs a finger over his horn. I'm quite enthusiastic about it. He then uses control flame to take one of the torches that's lit and bring it over to his and bring the fire over to his hand.
Mm-hmm.
He will then proceed to change the color of the flame and cause it to dance around the room, as well as relight every torch into the same let's go with a vibrant green color.
Oh, okay. So
After
as this
all-
happens, everybody's oohing and awing, and Mr. Light ends up looking at you as the weather vane starts to flick between the little girl and you.
D then proceeds to use a control flames to do a sort of fire dance, where he will do a wide variety of acts that involve fire, molding the fire into different sizes, shapes within the 5 feet, and as well as changing its color. So he's
Okay.
going to be using a lot of thaumaturgy and control flames to essentially dance with the fire and put on a very elegant performance.
You're easily able to do this, but I want you to give me a performance check to see how elegant it is.
Baller, let's go. That is a 3! That's a 6.
Dang.
Oh
So
my!
it's not quite as elegant as you hope, but it is still a fearsome showing. You show a partner, you make a knight envisage fighting what appears to be the head of the Jabberwock before the knight bursts into flame and becomes the Jabberwock itself as it gives a triumphant roar over everyone and everything. You hear the loud gasp from the crowd as it starts to breathe what looks like flames above everybody before landing back down on the ground, and it becomes an explosion of butterflies, all these beautiful red fire lights that just sprinkle what looks to be like ash down upon you as these butterflies dance like stars.
As the ash dances upon me, the final portion of the act will be that D will use a lot of fucking mental capacity to essentially turn out every torch in the arena and relight them into their default colors again.
And with that, everybody erupts into a roar as they're very happy. You see a giant smile light Mr. Light's face, and he gives a very sincere clap, one you haven't seen him do in the entire time you've been here. He claps for you and says, "Well, wasn't that a stunning performance? From, what was your name, dear child?"
You may call me D.
From D, give a wide round of applause to D, and the entire audience roars in applause.
D gives a deep bow and then returns to off stage.
Okay. Who's next?
I am.
Okay, Scolorado, you are then escorted onto the stage.
Hold on. I turn to the Bunny Man and the Dragon Man, and I tell them, follow my lead.
Oh, a triple act, huh?
Okay.
All right, let's go.
So we walk in the middle, and I pound my chest, and I said, finally, I will speak from the heart.
The entire audience goes quiet, letting your voice be echoed in the entirety of the room.
And I tell them, what's the name of the characters again? Oh no, the Bunny Man and Dragon Man. Just follow my lead.
Raffian.
I'm Raytheon.
I call him
Hey, how's it
Raffian.
going?
Raffian.
and I say, "Hello, I'm Colorado, and today I will present to you the magic of song."
I start beatboxing.
And then, as everyone's quiet, I say, "At the big top, I'll make your jaw drop from the fantastic feats of my eats. At the big top, the fun will be non-stop as I dance and prance when it lands. At the big top, how will you be a whole tip top? And the
I
shape
don't
of
know the
it."
song.
Come on, guys! I tell you, follow my lead.
I don't know the lyrics either. Just kind of go along with it, I guess.
And the
Like
ship
kind of
that
replicate the
lift and make your
movements.
mind flip. At the big top, there's a gift shop where you find things.
Wait,
to play.
Guys, I know a song we all know. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all
Let's all
go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. And get ourselves some snacks.
Snacks.
All right, Carve, I need you to roll performance. Guys, I'm going to need you to roll performance at an increased difficulty for trying to follow Carve.
I was gonna say, I know one we all know. Oh, we're the boys of chorus. We hope you like our show. We know you're rooting for us, but now we have to go.
You know what?
And
No,
it's in.
I just want a group performance roll from all of you guys. You're like slapstick comedy without the slapping.
I got a 13.
I got a 10.
I got. Oh, that's actually good. What's my? I can't read. Is my issue? Okay.
Performance.
16.
Easily, the crowd is like doesn't know what to do at the start before you guys start to admit I don't know this song, and then they all start busting up laughing, and you guys start singing other songs in tandem, and everybody just starts giggling and laughing, and they're all like jumping up for joy and just like busting up laughing. You even see the dwarf that was on the radar just cackling maniacally at this little joke that you guys are doing. And Mr. Light cracks this big smile, and he's so happy between what you guys are doing, and he just is so jovial that he starts giggling, and he starts clapping as well. And he's like,
See, I told you guys to follow my lead.
that was quite an interesting little show, you guys. I appreciate you performing. And what is your names?
As I said, I am Colorado.
Yes, I got that one. And you two?
I'm Raytheon.
Raytheon.
I'm a magical dragon.
Pleasure. And
Hey,
you?
I'm Fenorin.
Lauren, pleasure. Well, and he kind of waves Contract Dealer D over. After the big top is over, I would love to have a chat with you guys if you wish. You can meet me. Ask Burley. He'll escort you to my cabin, my caravan, if you will, and we can have a small chat there before you guys continue to have fun at your carnival. And he bows slightly to you guys, and he walks off.
Well, that was nice of him.
Yeah, I didn't think that us following along with you would actually go so well. You know, you're kind of a genius when it comes to improv comedy acts, Colorado. Like that singing bit you bit at the start there. Like,
I told you. It was from the heart. You guys will say, yeah, it's from the heart as well.
all staring blankly.
I have a heart, damn it.
You're pointing at your beard again. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. After that, you're very kindly escorted off the stage to let other people come onto the extravaganza to participate. At this time, you are free to leave. You can either go back and wait for Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, or you can head over to the feasting orchard, or you can do something else in the meantime. You have about probably half an hour before the scheduled meeting with the Pixie / Kenku possible.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Hmm. It might be better to get as much information as possible before we go and meet with the purveyors of this carnival.
Yeah.
So meeting with the pixie might be our best bet, but we also shouldn't keep them waiting.
Yeah, we kind of have appointments with both sides of the table at this point.
Yes.
All right, so you guys making your way to the feasting orchard again?
Probably a good call to head over there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you notice that it's not unusual. People are starting to clear out of the Big Top. The
Not
event was
unusual.
basically meant for the Big Top acts to show off their stuff. You guys just held the crowd a little bit longer than most. Now everybody's kind of trickling around. It's kind of a place to still sit and eat and drink if they really need to before they go out to some of the other activities they still want to do. Um, so you're about halfway through the carnival now, and you're approaching the feasting orchard. You don't really see a lot of people there. A lot of people are still over in the middle of the carnival itself. And there's a bunch of food stuff and stalls along the way, so people are stopping at those if they didn't grab something in the Big Top already. So there's only a few. There's a bard that's up on a small stage, strumming a lute and playing a quick tune. But you do see the pixie tent off on the left if you wish to go in early.
Yeah.
Alright, as you make your way to the pixie tent, there's only one pixie in there dressed in a pixie nurse outfit. Looks very similar to the pixie you are. She's like, "Oh, I didn't expect you to be so early.
Why are you wearing that?
I have to play the part, remember?"
Of course, we all have our roles to play. Now, why don't you tell us what yours actually is?
The well, it depends on which side of the fence you are on. Are you here to help Mr. Witch and Mr. Light get rid of me? Or are you here to find the truth about this carnival and make it to the Feywild?
Well, consider. Let's just say it's in our best interest to get to the Feywilds as soon as possible.
And then I bet you would like to play nice with me then. Mr. Witch and Mr. Light hold the information you seek, but are not willing to share it with anybody.
Of course.
They seem to have made a few bad deals in their time, and let's just say they are holding on to the strings to keep this carnival from collapsing.
Well, that's very unfortunate for them.
I agree. They should be looking for the help that, would be useful to them. But no, they would rather hold on to their old tales.
Well, you know, bad deals go sour and they don't want to deal with the consequences. So they'll let themselves just break apart slowly, hoping a solution falls into their lap. I've seen it too many times to count.
Yeah, understood. I understand completely, but when this deal is preventing anybody to getting into the Feywild, it starts to become an issue when that's Zabilna's true wish.
Oh, do tell.
Do you know that Zabilna once used to use this carnival as a means for the humans and other kind of this plane to be able to come and see her?
Can't say the thought ever crossed my mind, but it does make sense, yes.
She was a grandmother of sorts to everybody in this world, especially to humans. She really wanted to help them out. But, like many, she has to remain in the Feywild for a multitude of reasons, shall we say. But ever since these Shatter Khan, they have how do I say this without. I don't want to give away too much, you know? I haven't started to trust you yet, but let's just say my mentor has been out of touch lately, and I truly just want to know if she is alright.
Oh.
You see the pixie slowly turn into that of a kenku. It's a person that has feathers all over them. They have a raven like head, and she is talking with the use of a skill called mimicry, where she has copied and stolen someone else's voice, and she used that voice for herself to be able to speak to you. So it's very much a bird in these normal, almost like magely clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it's a bird.
I am resisting the urge to take psychological damage at the moment.
Well, it seems we're at a bit of an impasse. So
Yes.
we can't do anything without a little bit of trust between us, hmm?
It seems
So,
we are at this point.
how about this? I can let you want a little bit of information, and we can decide on what to do with that information afterwards, hmm?
I see that's a reasonable trade. I will listen to what you have to offer and I will give my own input after.
We just put on a rather, well, the denizens of this place seem to think it was a rather ingenious performance by us, and we have been invited to have a private meeting with the two leads of this little show.
You hear her kind of snicker, but she lets you go on.
And let's just say that, well, I am also a contract dealer. If if we all signed a contract that stated we don't give you away, you could stow away in some of our clothing or some of the matter with a transformation spell, and you could listen in on our little conversation.
Now, as riveting as that is, I'm betting you won't gain any information that I already do not know of.
Oh,
Considering it seems they are a little, shall we say, tongue tied about their current situation.
well, maybe it's not even information that you're looking for, but a close proximity to a certain item.
No, it is definitely information that I seek. As
Well
you
then.
see, I cannot personally go to the Fey realm. It is out of my hands, so to speak, being of Kenku race. I cannot travel between the two realms. I must stick to my own. But they have the
So,
knowledge of the other realm that I need and have refused to spill it.
hmm, very well. Well, then, how about this? A little bit of a freebie, if you will. Do you know whose voice you took?
I took many a voices. Which one in particular are you looking for?
The mime.
Ah, yes, the mime that's in love with the mermaid. Yes, I remember.
Yes, that one.
And her voice changes into that of something a little bit softer, but slightly more masculine. She says, "Yes, is this the one you were looking for?"
No idea. When we got there, her voice had already been whisked away by some unknowable thief. Wonder
Hmm.
who that could have been.
Oh, I can tell you gladly it was me.
Oh, how very nefarious. Well, then, a little bit of a freebie of information I have for you is have you checked out the mirrors in that house of mirrors yourself?
Hmm. You think they may be the gateway in, yes?
Well, one of them is definitely a gateway. I myself witnessed personally a man getting pulled in by someone who would, well, let's just say they seem to know of my profession even without telling them.
You see her eyes go wide as she talks to you. She's like, you see someone travel through the mirrors? Excuse me.
Well, less travel through, more pulled in. But yes, that mirror seems to be something magical. I
She
couldn't
like
figure it out,
squints
but
at you like deeply, and she's trying to read your expression. Um,
D
give
just
me
gives his.
a. She's
Yeah?
gonna insight check you. Hold on.
Okay.
And are you trying to be 100% truthful to her right now?
Yeah, D has no reason to lie to her at this point.
She looks at you and she's like, so you saw someone get pulled through.
Yes, earlier today.
She kind of like stops registering with you for a sec. Her eyes kind of cloud over and she kind of like disassociates for a second as she kind of like starts mumbling to herself. And she's like, I wonder if that's related to the other people that have gone missing.
Guess some kind of wizard spell.
I wonder if they also went missing in a similar way. And she keeps thinking, it is on the south side. That would make sense. It is on the south side. He was over there when that happened. It would make sense if he went missing there too. Wonder if she was also gone. She's like, are you sure it was the Hall of Illusions?
Where else would have a mirror?
There's plenty of places that would have a mirror, but a specific one. I need to know if you're 100% truthful on this.
Well, if you don't believe me, you can go check it out for yourself.
No.
D describes where they had last put the mirror in the house of mirrors on the Hall of
And it
Illusion.
is probably the portal over to the Feywild.
Well, yes, but even if it is a portal, unless you have some sort of ungodly magic that'll open that thing up, I doubt either of us are getting anywhere anytime fast.
I mean, I am connected to Zybilna. If she is still with her touch of magic there, I can definitely try and reconnect it.
Hmm.
The difference being, we haven't had contact with Zybilna in a very, very long time. It's been years. We don't know if something's happened to Zybilna or not. That's why I'm here. This is the only way to get in contact. This was the only way to reach Zybilna's land, period. This is the only way to get to Prismere. And Mr. Witch and Mr. Light have prevented anybody from getting to Prismere for years.
Well then, it looks like we have a little bit of a common enemy then. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I am also, very unfortunately, bound by a Fey contract. A very well written one at that. And I need to get to the Feywilds to check on something.
Mm.
All of us do. So, why don't we make it a little bit of a mutually assured safety on this? And we can all get to the Feywilds together. The carnival be damned.
She opens her mouth like she's about to speak and then shuts it again. And she's like, once again, because of my race, I am not allowed to walk into another plane of existence. My powers be damned, I will never be able to leave this existence. But if you are able to go into Prismere and check on Sibylna, that will be more than enough for me.
Well, we were already going to do that anyway, but you know what? Sure.
She glares at you. How do you know Sibylna?
Again, Fey contract.
Yes.
Lucky guess.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
And she looks back at you. And now I expect an answer to my question. How do you
Yes.
know Sibylna?
A warlock sent us.
Which warlock?
I don't know. I don't remember his name off the top of my head. Do any of you?
I'm gonna be honest. I wrote it down, but I don't think I wrote it down right.
Oh, just sound it out.
A Magic Ross the Sloth or something.
Oh,
The
yes,
second
Magic
you say
Roslov.
his name, she spits on the ground off to the side.
Well, she's got something against sloths.
Damn.
Imbecile
Maybe that's a
of
compliment in that
warlock.
culture.
Imbecile of a warlock. He's probably getting old in his years. Surprised
Very.
he's still alive.
Yes, he's very old.
He doesn't seem to think he'll be alive for long.
But
Well-
he's also the reason we're here.
He is still a patron of Sibylna, so if he hasn't heard anything from her, it is understandable as well that he would be in a bind, since time goes at a different speed for him than it does for most other races.
Is that why he's so old?
Probably.
Wow.
We're both warlocks. She is our patron.
So there you have it. We both have the exact same goal.
Yes, it is.
We are
Seems
allied.
do.
We are allied.
Then I will tell you this. When I first came to this carnival, I had talked to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, asked them for the answers, threatened them for the answers, tried to bribe them for answers, anything for information of Sibylna, the portal to the Feyrealm, how to get through, learning that I can't get through. Doesn't matter what I mean. I'm just trying to figure out the deals they've made to take control of this place so thoroughly without Sibylna being here. It seems there's another power that they've made a deal with in the background, which prevents them from speaking too much of who they've made this deal with.
Well then. Looks like we'll have to force them to break their contract.
Seems like it. Do any of
That-
you have any questions?
Hypothetically, what would happen if they broke their contract, so to speak?
I mean, depends what it is. If it's a Fey contract in general, usually, how do I explain this to someone who's never been through a Fey contract like that?
Actually, okay,
Your soul
back it
becomes
up.
so burdened to the fact that you have failed in this contract that pieces of yourself are lost for well, all eternity.
Interesting. And in the when you told us to come here, or told me to tell them to come here, there wasn't a sort of contract associated with that or anything, was there?
There was.
Ah,
We made a contract. We made a Fey deal. So it was spoken, so it shall be.
D looks over at at the Herringon and just goes, "You really are a fool. No wonder you signed that obvious contract."
I mean, we arrived here, so I guess
The deal has
mission
been met.
accomplished.
Yes.
Oh, thank God. Okay, okay.
But you need to be careful about what you say if you are to travel into the Feywild. Your promises, your oaths, or anything else you say could be taken as a contract. And all
Question.
that needs to be done is spoken. And someone must agree.
Follow-up question.
Yes.
If I threaten to beat someone up, does
Nah,
that?
That's just a threat.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you want to make it a blood oath or something, I mean, I guess you can.
Ooh, I'm very good at those.
No, I'm just saying. I gave a guy the double birds earlier, and it kind of pissed him off, and then he also pissed me off. So I'm wondering if we're like bound to each
Oh.
other for life at this point.
Like
or-
a long lost rivalry, and you are sworn enemies from this point forward, kind of thing.
Oh, so I will eventually
Hmm.
find him again. Awesome.
Probably.
Yeah, practice on that Jabberwock earlier. Like, ha, ha, yeah, you know how it is.
Allow me
You kind
to.
of see the Kenku kind of shiver a little bit when you say the word Jabberwock, but that's about all she does. She doesn't remark. She stays eerily quiet when you say it.
To get back on topic, we have a meeting with Mr. Light and Mr. What's His Hell. I have a very important question for you.
Mm-hmm.
How good are you at stealing things?
A big smile erupts on her face. Well, I'm glad you asked that. Besides the mimicry and the illusions I can make, being a warlock is just as much of a talent as others. Having a little bit of stealth and sleight of hand is very useful.
I'm going to cut to the chase. I want you to come with us into the meeting, unseen, and deal and steal the locket that shuts down the carnival. One or the stick, one of the two magic items, but preferably the watch. If we get that, we have the upper hand on those two, and they cannot shut down the carnival as long as we have it. So, we then have an advantage over them, and if they want to do anything with the carnival ever again, they're going to need to compensate us, and that can get us into the Feywilds.
So, at this meeting, you plan to steal from them?
Oh, I don't plan to steal anything.
You want me to steal?
Exactly. This will put everything into a very interesting conundrum. You have you will have the ability to negotiate, but we will also be a bridge. As if you stay hidden, we weren't technically the ones that stole it, so we could negotiate with them for the return of the watch, and in turn you send us in, and we locate the Zabilna and figure out what she's doing.
Honestly, I don't think that's possible for me.
Oh, why not?
The weather vane is always in Mr. Light's hands. That's very keen. You will always see it in his hands. It doesn't go anywhere. He doesn't set it down. He doesn't drop it. He doesn't do anything with it. It is the key to his and the carnival's happiness. It points out whoever's going to be the next Witchlight monarch.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever is bringing the most happiness to the carnival at the current time, it points to. And thus, by the end of the carnival, the person that it is still pointing to becomes the Witchlight monarch. The watch,
Right.
however, is attached to an indestructible chain that's connected to Mr. Witch's vest pocket.
But it's not an indestructible pocket, right?
No, it is not. You're right.
Still gonna make it hard to steal when you have to rip a pocket off someone.
True.
I kinda noticed that.
It would take more than just myself. Unfortunately, as much as you'd like to keep your hands dirty, well, clean, and you want me to dirty mine, you would have to participate.
Well, there goes that option, unfortunately. But as you are probably no doubt aware, I am perfectly fine with it.
See, as I am also content keeping with my usual stick of causing the carnival a little bit of chaos. Disheartening the mood tends to put a sour on a lot of their entertainments, and though you have been helping them raise the quota of happiness for a while, let's just say I can drop it significantly.
Oh, absolutely. But yes, realistically, for me, the carnival's happiness has no real bearing on me. As long as we can get into the Feywilds, that is my end goal.
Yes, and how do you expect to do that? If that
I was just
mirror
gonna walk up
truly
and break
is a
his fingers.
portal, if that mirror
We could have
truly is
Fenora
a
seduce
portal-
him.
Hey, that's a way to
She's
get
pretty
his
good at
vest
that.
off. Why am I humoring this?
I will tell you this from experience. To get what you want, you have to get them to speak, and they are not speaking. Whether it is by terms of the contract or how tight-lipped their mouths are, they are not speaking. You need to find a way to get the activation words to get through that portal. Until you do that, you are stuck here like everybody else, and you have 3.5 hours before your time runs out.
Then I think I know exactly how we can get some activation words without them ever uttering a single sentence.
I hope you do.
Have them write
Are
it
you-
down?
Are you familiar with the past viewing mirror in that house of mirrors?
Yes, I am. It does not always show you what you wish for, though.
No, it doesn't. But the threat of it doing so might just loosen their lips.
Ah, so you're gonna threaten them.
Well, it's either that or torture. One of the two.
Torture may be the better of the
Bit
two.
extreme, isn't it?
Well,
I'm not
at this-
comfortable with that.
Yeah.
You
that's a
don't
bit,
have. It's either that it's the let's just say I'm the last resort, gentlemen. If nothing else works, I'll be doing it my
I
way
mean,
and
you
getting the
did make a
information.
fair point. You did make a fair point. You could easily steal the watch. But I refuse to get my hands dirty if I'm the only one.
No, that is perfectly fine.
I'll
At
do
this
it.
point, well,
we can-
well. Our little Herringon is here to say is here to agree. Wonderful.
Look, if we're threatening torture or everyone else in this carnival suffering as regards of not being too much of a little coward and getting your hands a bit dirty, I'll do it. Okay?
Oh, who said I
it's
wasn't
not
going to
a-
participate?
I
I would gladly participate.
You definitely didn't
That
seem
being
like you were
said-
about to participate.
Well, I apologize if that came across. But yes, why don't we make a plan? We don't have much time.
True. I would say your biggest chance to be able to try and swipe the pocket watch, if that is what you truly wish to do, would be during the would have been the Big Top Extravaganza. But since that is already passed, the next best thing is going to be cutting it really close. The crowning of the Witchlight Monarch. You will have both Mr. Witch and Mr. Light in center stage. You will be able to, if you are truly up to your words to steal it, you will be front and center. Keep participating in this carnival. Make them happy. One of you become the Witchlight Monarch. If you can do that, you'll be close enough to start to cause a ruckus to try and steal it. All you have to do is get it away from them. Whichever one you
Oh.
decide to steal.
And here I was hoping we could go straight into the meeting and steal it from them there.
Probably not going to be wise when you're surrounded by staff.
Fair point.
At least during the crowning of the Witchlight Monarch, it'll be out in the open. There'll be plenty of room. And I can draw just enough chaos to get the crowd scattered.
Good idea.
I can create a distraction too.
That sounds like a good plan then.
And when that happens, I shoot my shot, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, D looks over to the dwarf. Dwarf, we're going to need your help on this. If that thing is attached to his jacket, we're going to need you to hold that dark elf down, so the Herringon can get it, so that the Herringon can get the pocket watch easier.
No, I was just gonna get him naked, but you know that works too, I guess.
You
so
really
you
are
plan to
into him.
seduce him? You are
But
planning to seduce him, I see.
But either way, We have a lot of tricks up our sleeve, but let's not. At the end of the day, this
If you
will be
wish
our
for
last
more help,
chance.
there are several I would suggest you consort with.
Mm-hmm.
Burley the Bugbear, Palasha the Mermaid, Candlefoot the Mine, and Dur Lagron the Displacer Beast. They are
Well,
good beings in this carnival. I've watched them well.
of
Just
course.
Thaco
Tell
will be
you.
your only problem. But he does have a weakness.
Sorry, can I get that name again?
Which one?
Mr. Problem.
Thaco?
The guy we beat up at the Big Top.
Wait, that was him?
Yes.
I'm 1-0 over that bastard already then.
What do you mean? You
Let
were
me-
asleep.
Let
Hey,
me
that
put
don't-
So let me ask you this then. It would be a much easier time for us to get the mermaid on our side if you return to the voice of the mime. That way they could get married happily ever after, and they can easily put this behind them.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Baller. 12.
Alright, so what I will do, I will give you this. And she holds up what looks to be like one of those old voodoo straw dolls.
Right.
And it has what looks to be like thorns wrapped around the center with a little black feather in the middle.
Mhm.
Undo the thorns, remove the feather. You will be able to grant his voice back. Do this when he's close by so it doesn't get lost. Understood?
Very
You may
well.
gift it either to him himself or to the mermaid. Whichever you do, it will be able to reignite their love. This is my token of goodwill to you in this plan.
Good. Sounds like a plan.
And so she takes the doll, wraps the feather around it, and wraps the thorns to hold it in place, and then tosses it to D.
D grabs it and safely puts it in his pocket. Well then,
I found this other voice anyway. It's much more useful.
sounds like it.
Mhm.
But yes, we will go meet with the Dark Elves now, as we are running the clock a bit late, as it were.
Understood. It is
and we'll
about
need to-
time for the big top to end as is. So, sounds like a good time to kind of see how you guys feel about Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. Ta-ta.
Very much.
Enjoy the enjoy the meeting. I'll see you around.
Don't be a stranger now.
And she disappears with another puff of smoke into her little pixie form as she flies away.
D sits up and goes, "Well, we got out of that without accidentally making another Fey contract."
Yeah, it's a good
Good.
thing too. My plan was to beat her up.
And I was the one who suggested torture. Either way, let's go. We have some very important people to meet.
Once you guys get to the staffing area, Burley is outside to greet you. He's like, I thought you guys were never gonna come.
Oh yes, we got stopped along the way. Apparently, someone got hungry. D
Yeah.
looks over at Carv's character's name.
Scolorado.
Scolorado, yeah. He gives a glare over at Scolorado.
I see.
Hey.
Everybody gets hungry. It's understandable. Let me lead you guys to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light's caravan, and you guys can rest until they get there. The Big Top Extravaganza is just about to end. And so he kind of walks you over to the staffing area. Everybody's still kind of out and about already, trying to make ends meet. But he kind of sits back, and you have a second with Burley before he lets you go inside. And Burley removes his jack-o'-lantern helmet and he reveals a worrying expression to you guys. He says, bad things have been happening at this carnival for a while. People and things have gone missing. My bosses know more than they're telling, but their hands are tied somehow. And you're probably the first people I've met who might be able to set things right. Witch and Light are good guys. And he kind of opens the door and ushers you guys inside of Mr. Witch and Mr. Light's little tent inside the wagon.
D will look around the room to see what he can find.
You're gonna find a lot of stuff. There's two sides of the bench itself. One side is very neat, orderly. Everything has its proper spot, proper place, very organized. The other looks like there's costumes thrown everywhere. There's clothes hanging on every single piece of furniture you can imagine. There's little chests that are everywhere that hold, you can only imagine what else. But one side is clearly very organized. The other side's very clearly chaos.
Mm-hmm.
But they also have, where you're kind of situated, is kind of at the end of the caravan itself. There's a little table where you guys are kind of sitting around it, and some chairs. There's some biscuits and tea that are served there, so you guys have a snack that you can drink and eat until Mr. Witch and Mr. Light get there. So you guys are free to look around if you want.
D looks around to see where Thaco is, or what he's doing.
As you move the curtains aside to kind of look around, you actually don't see Thaco anywhere. He's not in a general vicinity. You would think he's staying close to maybe the two boss men, but as of right now, he is out of the picture. You haven't seen him around since the Jabberwock fight.
Probably off licking his wounds.
We can only hope he's off licking his wounds.
So you guys are welcome to look around the cabin if you want. There isn't too much in here to begin with, but if you would like to investigate, you're more than willing to.
Yeah. D will do some investigation, but like light investigation, so it doesn't look like he's actually been snooping.
Give me an investigation check.
Baller. 10. That 7 looked like a 1, and I was very nervous.
So the one thing that really notices there is a box on the very untidy bed. It is in a purple box. Looks like it is lined with velvet. When you take the top off of this box, you see inside a golden butterflied crown. It is what you would assume is the crown for the Witchlight Monarch. The crowning is beautifully adorned. There is gold is the most played color in it, though there is some blues and reds that are adorned into it to signify different parts of the butterflies as they're flying around this crown. As you hold it for a minute or two, it kind of shakes for a minute and then teleports back into the box.
Thievery proof measure, I wonder?
Does anybody else want to give me an investigation check?
Yeah, I rolled a 9.
Okay.
I can take a look around.
Let's see, investigation. 11.
I rolled a 6.
All right. And what was originally yours, Shad?
Mine was a 10.
Okay. No one. No. At this time, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light open the door to the wagon. A flamboyant elf grins from ear to ear as he welcomes you into the wagon with a theatrical bow. Please, it's a pleasure to meet you all. I am Mr. Light. This is my associate, Mr. Witch. He gestures to a stocky elf lounging nearby as he goes to sit on his bed. Mr. Witch nods to you and doffs his top hat. He gestures towards his scepter. He's like, "This is the Witchlight vein," and it picks up every nuance of emotion that is picked up at the carnival. If the carnival is good, Light expresses his gratitude for the cheer. I usually get to see it twirl about in a fantastical way. And he's putting on a mini show for you guys as he spins the scepter around. As it points to you guys, and he's like, "You guys have made quite a bit of a showing today, haven't you?
Well, I do try.
Seems like you've been trying pretty hard. It looks like someone, or maybe a couple of you, may doff that Witchlight Monarch crown."
Oh? And pray tell, what is the reward for winning the Witchlight Monarch crown?
Well, the crown itself gives you the power of flight for 24 hours afterwards. It's a very useful skill, just a little bit. You get to also end the day leading the fair in parade. The parade will end after the crowning of the Witchlight Monarch, and you will get to lead its ending.
Sounds like a lovely experience.
It is. At least we like to think so. We try to make it a reward for those who have indeed helped this carnival become a little bit more light in its mood.
Yes. Oh, yes, speaking of light mood, I hope we didn't hurt your Jabberwocky a little too much.
You hear a chuckle come from Mr. Witch in the back. Who, Thaco? No, he would take a few clocks before he'd really get out of it. He's currently nursing his ego more than anything. Partially because he let a mermaid succumb to his charm and then him getting beat up in front of a crowd.
I give a little fist pump to myself, like, yes!
Though he will have some issues probably with the mermaid later. But that
Oh,
is the
yeah.
mermaid's magic. She's an allure to everyone we see.
Yes. You have quite the selection of various lovely performances and attractions here. I've been around to a couple of them myself, and I must say they have all been quite fascinating.
Well curated after many, many, many years of travel, I would have to say.
Yes, of course. My personal favorite attraction so far has been the House of Mirrors.
Ah, the Hall of Illusion, yes. So sad
Yes.
about Candlefoot the Mime. We had to put him there not recently.
Yes. Though I must say, I did not expect you to have so many magical mirrors in there. It's a lovely opportunity.
Everyone
didn't
does
think-
seem to assume, but some people don't like him as well. It's one of our least favorited attractions.
While we're talking about the mirrors, Dee is going to look over their faces to see if they're nervous at all about talking about them.
Give me an insight roll.
Oh boy. Insight.
Wee.
That is a 14.
Mr. Light is the one doing most of the talking. Mr. Witch will pitch in every now and then when he has something to say, but it's mostly Mr. Light. And he seems to be very comfortable in talking. He doesn't mind spilling his guts on whatever the situation is. So when you mention the mirrors, he seems enthusiastic to talk about the mirrors. There's a reason he likes them.
Gotcha.
It's like, yes, not everybody likes to see their past, present, and future, but I think it gives people a will, a want, and a need, you know? A will to understand what happened, a want to understand what it's currently doing, and a need to know the future.
Yes, absolutely. I must say though, that wand of yours is quite incredible if it can attract emotion like that. Where did you get such a marvelous device?
Ah, it is a fate trinket that came with the carnival itself.
Oh, really?
Yes, we elected to take it over about 76 years ago, and we've been in charge of the carnival since then.
You guys have been
Hmm.
running it that long?
Yes, we
Jeez.
have. It doesn't feel like it. Lord knows we've been doing this for way too long as it is. But
Hmm.
it just feels like yesterday sometimes.
I guess time flies when you're having fun.
Hmm. It's never truly a job when you entertain yourself every day.
No, of course not. I feel the exact same way about my job.
Understood. Everybody has a profession they truly love, and you're lucky you
Ah.
got the chance to be able to thrive in it, yes?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Oh, though I don't. I apologize. I did not introduce myself properly. You know me as D, but I often have to go by my professional name. You'll have to forgive me for not saying it in front of a crowd. I didn't want to, well, give away all the trade secrets. My name is Contract Dealer D.
This is the first time when you mention contract dealer, you get a twinge of like, you can't quite guess what the emotion is, but it's a negative emotion
From who?
from Mr. Light. You see his brow kind of furrow. He kind of like squints a little bit more at you. Not enough to be like angry or like to give away much, but it's enough that there's a slight change in his face that seems a little off.
Hmm. You'll have to forgive me if I didn't give you the full introduction earlier, as I am quite stage shy.
Understandable, my friends. No need to be. Your presence was merely enough.
Yes,
Oh, thanks, man.
absolutely.
And he
I must say,
nods.
I must say though, this is quite a lovely little vacation. I don't get many vacations these days, but it has been quite a good experience. I'll definitely be sure to remember this one.
I'm glad. I'm very, very glad. Well, if there's nothing else you guys would like to know, I guess we can finish this up.
I do have one question, actually.
Yes.
Uh, maybe I missed something along the way here, but so your light,
Mm-hmm.
your witch,
Mm-hmm.
who's carnival?
Well, we both own the carnival. We both run it.
Yeah, but if you're already light and you're already witch, then like I thought there was like three of you. Is Thaco the third one?
No, there's only two of us.
Oh, okay.
We
Oh, who's
renamed
Monarch?
it when we actually became it, thus Witch Light
Oh.
Carnival.
Ah, yeah,
So
yes.
that's why it's called Witchlight Carnival.
It all
I was
makes
right the
sense
whole
now.
time.
He's Mr. Witch and I'm Mr. Light, yes.
And then who's carnival?
There's no one that needs to be carnival. We just own the
Why is it
carnival.
just called Witchlight then?
Because we own a carnival.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess calling it Witchlight Carnival would be a bit excessive.
So both of you are two very good friends.
Yes, we've been friends for a long, long time. Since we were young lads.
Understandable. Very good friends.
You seem to be great friends, though he seems to be a bit of a sourpuss on stage. D gives a like slight smile over to the portly man sitting in the back.
The portly man just kind of grumps and he's like, I'm not the performer. Mr. Light is. He's the one that deserves the spotlight, as his name so indicates.
Oh, well, there's no need to be witchy about finances. They're quite important.
Dun-dun-dun.
He kind of like yawns a little bit, and he's just like, yes, though it is a tedious factor.
Yes, yes, of course. I must ask, though, what are both of your favorite attractions?
They both kind of look quizzically at each other before looking around. Mr. Witch then says, well, the mystery minecarts, of course.
You know, I've been wanting to go to that one this entire time we've been here, but we haven't actually gone around to that area yet.
Mr. Light's like, oh, if you haven't ridden in the gondola swans yet, you should do that before you leave.
Well then, thank you very much. We'll have to put those on the list. We were actually just on our way over to have a lovely little conversation with the songstress that we performed with earlier.
Ah, Palasha, what a lovely expedition you will have. Palasha is an angel. She's been working on us for many, many years.
Yes. Well, we'll have to pass along our gratitude as well as check out your favorite establishments if we have time.
Understood. Anything else, gentlemen?
No, not that I can think of.
All right, I will. He opens the door. He's like, I hope to see you later. Keep enjoying the carnival. Bring happiness to it, and maybe you too will be crowned the Witchlight Monarch.
All right, and thanks for letting me sit down for a bit. I'm realizing now I haven't really sat down this entire time.
Yeah, that was a good rest. I lift up and water the plant in my head.
You gonna do that on the carpet and like they let us in here and we're just gonna,
I have to do
you
it.
know what?
I haven't done it in a while.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, and he escorts you out and like kind of pushes you away.
Ah,
And you
jeez.
hear the door close, and they're like, that was really awkward.
Hmm.
They just kind of huff and puff, and you hear a little bit of jarring inside, but you hear the lock on the door, and after that, it's just all the noise in that caravan just all of a sudden goes very quiet. Not a peep is heard from inside.
Surprised they didn't tell us who the
Oh.
third guy was.
Yeah, I wonder who the carnival guy is.
Yeah.
Can D feel around to see, like, not physically, but like feel to see if there's any sort of magic going on through there?
It doesn't really feel like it. There was some magical items in there besides, what they were wearing on them. But nothing that was too out of the ordinary.
Do I still sense the magical items?
Yes.
Okay.
There's not any kind of barrier or anything that's like messing with the magical signals.
Okay. I was just wondering if they like completely vanished off the face of the earth when they locked the door.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm gonna have to get to a doctor's appointment
Yeah,
soon. so it
we're
might be
we're
a
wrapping
good,
up here,
Time.
Yep.
Okay.
so feel free to leave if you need to. But after this excursion, you are escorted back out into the common area of the carnival itself, out of the staff area, and you are once again allowed to go about your business. This is where we will end today's session. You guys have raised the excitement another pip, and the hour has gone by. So you have 3 hours left in the carnival itself.
Hooray!
So you guys
So-
are done for a day.
Hooray!
And you guys did nothing productive at Mr. Witch and Mr. Lights.
Not
Good
a
job.
single thing.
I was just like, they're gonna question them. They're gonna ask about these fey portals. Not a damn thing.
Nope.
That was the most useless conversation.
Look, they didn't gotta tell me who the third guy was. Okay, I
There's
tried.
not a third guy, you
We
dumb
found
shit.
out
Why they call
what-
it Witchlight Carnival?
Yeah, we
The
found out
witch-
They
Carnival.
own the
Right.
carnival.
Where's the third guy? Where is
There's
he?
Evil
they own
Knievel.
the carnival.
Flips the table, stands over him. Tell me where the third guy is.
Tell me where's it at? Where's it at?
Where's Scarecrow?
Where's it at? What's your plan?
You're lucky this is over.
Where's the plan?
I was gonna
Where's your plan?
guys take a psychic damage from that.
I'm ready.
Where-
Where's Carnival?
Where's your brother, Joker?
You guys are so
Man,
goofy.
I don't have throat cancer.
Absolutely. But also, man, I wanted Thaco to punch me so badly.
I know you did. I know. But it wasn't going to happen the way you wanted it to.
No.
We gotta use a team up ability.
over Thaco, baby.
We did get to use a super cool team up ability though.
Yeah, that was fun.
Next team up ability, we throw Lupin at someone.
Yay! Wait a minute. Ah!
No. What has to happen is we set Lupin on fire, get Carve to throw Lupin,
Hey, now.
and then we control the fire to make him do a rider kick.
Okay, that's kind of sick. Actually, I'm okay with
And
this.
then I enlarge him while he's in midair. Like, well, he's already got the momentum, so the momentum increases.
Well, that sounds like fun. So you throw more weight behind that punch and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the same speed, but then his weight increases. It triples.
But yeah, that was
Alright.
fun.
It was good.
What to-
Thanks for having us, Kari.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
hope you guys had fun.
Yee.
Absolutely.
We are going to raid someone.
Ooh. Who are we heading to?
I'm looking.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money.
We are gonna go
Let's
see
see.
June.
Ooh, nice.
June is
this time
playing
of year?
some Monster Hunter.
This time of day, look like it's entirely in the
Entirely on
street.
Twitch.com.
No, Twitch.tv. Get it right.
Oh, true. Twitch.org.
Twitch.net.
First thought.
Twitch.gov.
Thank you, Chut, for hanging out in this chaos that was D&D.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
We have more
Have a
people
good
sticking
night.
around for this chaos, so hope you enjoyed it. I will be putting this up on YouTube at some point when I'm not
Nice.
dying.
That sounds like a plan.
And Thank
Honestly,
you,
fair.
Creed, to all the rerolls. I know Rafunk already used the reroll, but he appreciated it.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't get that one.
Yep. So it was
probably would've killed
well used, and I got
Contract
to
dealer
use
D
some
with
of
that.
my rerolls today to make sure everybody got charmed. I still have a stash of rerolls saved. But
Hey, I'm just really happy that I got a bonus for going along with the party.
yep. I'm
Yeah.
glad.
It's Charmageddon.
Yes.
Charmageddon.
All right. Everybody, have fun. Go say hi to June. Make sure you eat and drink, and I'm going to go drown myself. So, bye, guys.
Bye.